What? Hello, hello, whoever is there. The fuck, top chat. Oh, I got my first dislike. How sweet. That's so nice. I love when that happens. Oh, silly people. Silly people. Oh. Hello, hello. I know it wasn't you, Evelyn. I love you. Hello, Maggie. How's it going? I have been working my ass off, but tomorrow I'll be going back to my normal schedule, so I won't be so absent if anyone cares. I also have a white chocolate Kit Kat, which is amazing. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I know, Maggie. Oh my God. It was insane. An insane amount of hours. Amazing paycheck. Don't want to go back to those hours, though. Oh, heck yes. I got 2 dislikes. Look at that, Evelyn. Wow. Two. Yes. Oh, they act like it matters. Hmm. Perhaps everyone is in bed. Why does it keep switching to live to top chat? That's annoying. There we go. Assholes. Uh, let him give my thumbs down. I don't care. I'm definitely not going to contact YouTube and pretend like people bought them just so I can get them taken away because God forbid I have dislikes. Clearly they were bought. Clearly they were bought. That's how far behind I am in the drama. Oh my God. If anyone wants a link, I don't care who you are, what side of the fence you're on, just go ahead and hit me up and I'll give you one. It'll be fun. I have Evelyn here to keep me grounded. It's fine. What are you doing, Cat? So, how's life? Hello, all. Welcome you to my night of boredom. Guaranteed to deliver boredom right back to you. Mm. Um, well, I work at a vape shop, as most everyone knows, and we got rid of our manager. And then our assistant manager, who was really good at his job, had been there forever, actually graduated college. So he got his degree and got a job pertaining to his degree. So can't really blame him on that one. So he left us. So for a while, it was just me. I don't know, Maggie. Maybe. I don't know. But welcome. Um, but for a while it was just me. So I was like working every single day, open and close almost. And then we got a new we only have 3 people there in the shop. So I mean, it's really all you need, honestly. But, but we now are fully staffed. We have an amazing manager, an amazing assistant manager. I was offered the assistant manager position, but in order for me to go back to school in January, because I took the fall off, um, I would need to keep the hours that I had before, but they gave me a raise, so I can't really complain. Um, but yeah, so that's my life as we know it right now. It's perfectly boring, just like this video. Uh, but it's interesting the people you meet. Yeah. I'm pre pharmacy, Maggie. Yeah, I took the fall off so I could make some money, get a job, because my husband was gracious enough to let me quit for a while, but then it got a little difficult, so you know, had to pitch in. Nothing wrong with that. It's nice. But yeah, I'm pre-med. I mean, pre-med. I'm pre-farm, so that should be interesting. So we'll see. I'm gonna be 86 years old before I become a pharmacist. That's just what I'm looking at right now. Mm. But you do what you gotta do. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna like my own video, and I don't even have to buy it. Procurement and so to procure something, it means to get something. So you are a buyer. Is that just like a fancy word for buyer in a hospital? Like you bought equipment and stuff like that? Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong because I probably am. Hi, Silver Wings. Hi. I can't sleep either. Okay, so I was right. Yay, go me. Um, that's awesome. Yeah, well, here's the thing that I have with drug reps is 9 times out of 10, they're only coached on how to be a drug rep. I don't know about always, but for the most part, they're just, like normal 9 to 5 kind of people. And so they know exactly how the medicine is supposed to work because that's what they're trained on. They're trained on whatever med they're selling. However, when they go into a hospital, all they can tell the doctor is how it's supposed to work, but they should have a pharmacist on hand to be able to say whether or not this medication seems like it could work because doctors just really understand what it what they hope it will do. And not all doctors, a lot of doctors know about medication, but I really think that they should have a pharmacist on hand. So maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't work in a hospital. One day, hopefully, I'll work in the dungeon, which is the pharmacy in the hospital. Yeah, Evelyn said she's been working very hard, very much. She's been working her booty off. Doo 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 doo. If anybody wants a link, let me know. Where is everyone? Is everyone sleeping? I mean, I guess they would be because when time went back. So here it's technically 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so okay, word. That makes sense, Maggie. Um, yeah, I don't know. I want to work in the. I'd rather work in a hospital rather than retail pharmacy, but you got to go where you can get the work. So that'll be my journey eventually. Hopefully, we'll see. Wherever life takes me, I guess. So I got this juice that is green apple sour gummy bear, and sometimes I hit it and it's disgusting, and then sometimes I hit it and it's delicious. So I don't know what's going on. You left the pharmacy and worked in the ER. Hmm. I couldn't work in the ER. When I well, my first, like, it's not really a degree, it's more like a certificate, I guess. Um, when I first got my certificate or whatever for phlebotomy, um, I did my rotation in a hospital. Some people got to do it in anyway, they chose your place by how close you were to the, um, proctors. So, I did mine at a hospital, and, oh, man, sometimes I had to go draw blood from the emergency room, and I don't know how they work in the emergency room. That is crazy hectic. Oh, and you have to, like, follow the chain of custody too, like, making sure you have the right, um, vial for the right patient, making sure their birthdays are the same, making sure everything's good, signed off, make sure you have the right vial. Oh, and, like, you pull purple top tubes, which are usually used for diabetes or heart attacks, so you have to immediately take those back to the lab and put them on the rocker because it separates it, but it has to be put on a rocker. So then if you put one of those, you have to go to the lab, put it in the lab, then come back and draw the rest, and ugh, it's crazy. Super crazy. What But yeah, I commend anyone who can work in the ER, and, like, Mandy is a paramedic. I could be wrong, she could be EMT, I can't remember. But even that was, like, crazy chaotic too. That would be insane. I'd probably just spend half the time crying because of all the people that are hurt. Still working inpatient with adolescents, just not enough jobs with working with adolescents' mental health outside of private practice. Mm. Oh, I forgot. That's right. That's what you do. Well, props to you too, Evelyn. So I found out in our town that we have this it's not really a halfway house because these it's for children. It's it's a development home for children who have been abandoned. I didn't even know that was in our town, but one of the workers came into the shop and was telling me about it, and she didn't name names or, give any specifics, but she did say that, um, they allow transgenders to be with the same sex that they identify with because most of them have private rooms anyway. Um, and then if they're bullied or anything like that, there's actually a transgender home in Atlanta that allows them to come, and I thought that was really awesome that she said they've had way more successes than they've had failures, and some of the people that have succeeded have actually come back and become therapists. They went to college, became therapists, and came back and worked at the same place, so I think that's awesome. So, Evelyn. Hello, hello. Where have you been? Miss Stephanie, do you want a link? Do you wanna come talk with me? Because we haven't talked in a while. Well, you just moving all over the hospital, aren't you, Maggie? Uh, so Evelyn, do you ever, like you don't have to give examples, but, do you ever hear their stories and listen to them, and do you ever, like, find yourself going to that same, maybe, like, dark place that they're in? Like, does it ever get to be too much? I don't know if that's a legitimate question, but I'm trying. Oh, boo, get out of bed. Go to the bathroom, Bills. Right, Silver Wings. She told me about a long, long time ago they had one when they first started allowing transgenders to live with their identifiable gender. They had one and they put her in a what they called the safety room, which is the room right like directly. You have to go past the nurse's desk to get to that room. And they put her in there because she was being bullied. And she was one of the ones that got transferred to Atlanta to the transgender home. Well, it's LGBTQT home. Um, and I thought that was really cool. And then they actually run a thrift store for a place called Lost Boys in Atlanta, and that's a home for transgender, gay, and bisexual boys or men or boys because they can't be men that live there. And also, if they identify as boys, they can be there too, but it's called Lost Boys, and it's really awesome. I'm really proud of Atlanta. Get out of bed, Stephanie. Jesus Christ, get out of bed. That would be me, Evelyn. I would be really worried that I would take it home with me. Um, because like I don't know, I would just be really worried. I have some friends that have issues, and when I listen to them, I start to see the logic in their illogic. So you can't just go and change your name, Stephanie, without telling anyone, and then stay in bed like it's nighttime or something. So we've definitely got to do a vaping chat, you and I, Stephanie, and a few other people, because now that I work at the vape shop, I'm learning way more and getting way more goodies. The time change got me for no, I'm a night owl. I stay up all night. And my cats are losing their minds, which is no surprise. Let me tell you. Oh my god. So we have CBD at the shop, and my back was hurting yesterday. So I told my manager, I'm like, "Oh, my back's hurting. I don't want to go home or nothing. I was just wondering if she had like some Tylenol or some ibuprofen." She's like, "I don't have any of that, but I have some CBD." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't really buy into all that. So I'll sell the fuck out of it because that's my job, but I don't really like whatever." Okay. But then we started doing research, and I don't have my paper with me, but every mammal on planet Earth has cannabinoid receptors, which means your body has receptors to actually process and use the cannabis and um, the CBD the way it's meant to be used. So she gave me this sublingual, sublingual, yeah. Anyway, um, tincture. She's like, put about I don't know about 4 drops under your tongue and just let it happen. And good job, Maggie. So I put it under my tongue and I was like, "Okay, whatever. This is not gonna work." Girl, girl. M So what they tell you when you take CBD is it's not a mind high, it's a body high. So, like, it's not even a high, really, you're just very relaxed, and, I mean, I was supposed to mop the floor, and I just sat there, like, just contemplating how I was gonna make my body move to go mop the floor. And then I realized my back didn't hurt anymore. I was like, "What the hell?" So, Silver Wings must be using Blue Moon CBD gummies with melatonin. Am I correct? We use, Hemp Lucid. So, Hemp Lucid is one of the best on the market, so it's kind of high in price, but, we have gummies, Hemp Lucid gummy bears are 5.99 a piece, not a bottle, a piece. Um, oh my god, you are a lightweight, Stephanie, Jesus Christ. Um, we have CBD tattoo cream and, I'm just gonna stop saying CBD, just assume that everything I say from now on has CBD in front of it. We have the tattoo cream, we have, all of the oils, uh, we have energy shots, like drinks, and then, we have what am I trying to say? Oh, like an ointment for your joints. Oh my god, my cat. What the fuck? Oh, they're going crazy. Anyway, bless you. It's my husband. Bless you. Well, silver wings, you have to remember that your body naturally produces melatonin. So when you actually add melatonin on top of that, it puts you into REM sleep, which is probably because you have nightmares and dreams as you're sliding into and as you're sliding out of REM sleep. So it probably has a lot to do with that as well. What's wrong, Evelyn? Oh, your tooth. Oh man. Look, is it on the top or the bottom? So if your tooth pain is on the top, I learned this a long time ago because I had my entire mouth redone. Like I had corrective surgery, and the dentist actually told me ways to, you know, help the pain. It's always like people put the stuff on their like teeth, or they'll take some Tylenol or whatever, which is fine. But the pain nerves for your teeth are actually in your jawline, and they're wrapped around the bone. So what you do is you put the ice pack or whatever you need on your jawline if it's on the bottom, and if it's on the top, you put it actually on your cheekbone, which is where those nerves wrap around. And believe me, it makes all the difference in the world. Yep. Several wings. We like to explain at the shop that CBD should be considered the same as a medication, even though it's not FDA approved as a medication. But what I mean by that is that you have to assume that your body is not going to react the same as everyone else's. And so it's just like any other medication. Some people can just take straight melatonin over the counter and it fucks them up. And then some people can take it and it doesn't do anything. So maybe, yeah, try melatonin over the counter without the CBD. And also, Evelyn, take preemptive pain medication like ibuprofen or Tylenol before it starts to hurt because it's easier to control the pain before it starts than it is to control it once it's in full force. No, nightmares are no fun. And it's always the nightmares that you remember, like, you don't remember sometimes you remember the good dreams, but the nightmares are the ones that stay with you. Evelyn, I went through a very long time in my life with nothing but mouth pain, which is, my father and I both had a degenerative disease. We were born without hardly any enamel on our teeth. So by the time I had my surgeries done, I had 2 exposed nerves and didn't even know it. So that's how long I had been dealing with it, that my body just kind of said, "Nope, not dealing with this. We're not gonna feel this pain, otherwise we can't function." So I don't know all the tricks because obviously there were times when I could not get the pain to stop, but I do know some things about getting mouth pain to stop. Good night, Maggie. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you sleep well. I have tomorrow off, which is amazing. It's been a while since I've had a Monday off. But not too amazing because I have to clean and do laundry. And I'm just glad that I have some days off so I can start getting the house in order again because this house is huge and it takes a minute to get it in order. And by the time I would get home, I would just be like, "Bleh, I'm not doing fuck all." So I would just sit here and then go to bed. So, um, so yeah, now I am excited to get things back in order. Stephanie, Stephanie, Stephanie. So, I've upgraded my mod. I will show you all how I've upgraded it. Um, I look like horrid crap, so we're just gonna have to ignore that. Hi, Janie. Do you want a link? Please tell me you want a link. I'm just up here talking to myself. So I've upgraded my mod. His name is Jimothy. I have upgraded him. Now he has eyeballs. Yay! Okay, hold on. Mm, 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 mm. Purr, purr, purr. Y'all, I gotta go to the gym. I'm so fat right now. It's gonna cover up them double chins right there. I don't know if I'm doing an awesome job, but I'm certainly trying. We're just gonna pretend these chins don't exist. Do not look behind the curtain. Excuse me, Twitter. I need you to pay attention. Okay, there we go. Um, Oh, man, it's so embarrassing, though, and I can't get my camera at a right angle so you guys don't have to see it. So, hi, Captain. What the heck? Okay, Janie, it's in your box. But yes, I have upgraded my mod. His name, whoop, wrong side. His name is Jimothy, and you cannot call him Jim for short. It's Jimothy. So, Stephanie, I've gone back to dripping. I am no longer doing tanks. Well, I have some tanks. I mean, I have a lot of tanks, but I'm dripping now. He's staring at me. He stares at everyone. Jimothy wants your soul. Oh, give your soul to Jimothy. Hi, Janie.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Don't mind my kind of snotty crying voice. I just got done watching The Walking Dead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm a crying mess, but I can't talk about it though because we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But I want to talk
Okay.
about it so bad.
That's okay, 'cause, when I'm at work by myself, I usually watch, Agents of Shield, and I've seen the whole thing before, right? But I forget there are so many episodes that made me sob like a child. So I'm, like, sitting there at work sobbing, and then a customer will come in and be like, "Oh, oh, I just got some nicotine in my eye, it's fine."
Yeah, it's just my smoke got in my eye. Ugh. Yep. It was the most recent episode. Yeah, Evelyn, and the one where Rick quote unquote dies. All I can say. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, and I want to save what I'm going to say for tomorrow, but I'm just dying. I'm like, Shannon, why can't you be on right now so we can talk about this?
I stopped watching them when they were, uh where were they? They were in the prison still when I stopped watching.
Yeah, there were a couple seasons that were kind of rough, but I stuck with it, and I swore. Okay, first I was like, if Dale ever dies, I'm going to quit watching. Then Dale died, and then I'm like, well, you know what? If who was the next one that bothered me? Um, Oh, when Sheba died, I'm like, I'm gonna quit watching. Then Glenn. If Glenn ever dies, I'm gonna quit watching. Then they killed Glenn. I'm like, I'm gonna quit saying who I don't want to die because every time I say it, it's like they're challenging me.
So the guy that plays Glenn, he's Korean, and he's been on a lot of Korean talk shows ever since he's been on The Walking Dead. It is hilarious. I mean, just absolutely hilarious. And they're like, "How do you feel being the only Korean on the show?" And he's like, I'm, pretty much not Korean on the show. I'm just Glenn."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Hello, how are you? Hello, Angie. And I have a text message from my niece. What is she doing up this late? Jesus.
exactly.
My other niece. Um, so my niece, my young niece, 5 or 6 years old, she's going to Scottish Rite tomorrow because they have to clean out her stomach in order to see why apparently she's not able to control some things right now. So they got to put a tube down her nose.
That's a good hospital, though.
Yeah, it is.
Luke spent a lot of his childhood in Scottish Rite Hospital.
It is. I'm just she's gonna have a horrible day.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully they
I
figure it all out.
yeah, me too. Me too. Hopefully it's not something like absolutely devastating. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
So I want to tell you guys about this vape that I have. Do you vape, Janie?
no, I still just smoke cigarettes.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to put up my double chins again.
Girl, we all have double chins.
Shut up, I look so horrible.
I, I know how you feel, but don't worry about it.
Okay, so at work, we decided, okay, so like this mod that I have is heavy. It's all metal. It's just heavy, even though it's cute now. And his eyes, they make a sound. But anyway, so we decided, me and my new coworkers decided to buy this thing called the smock. I hate smock, so this is the only smock thing I have. The smock Novo. So this is the Novo. It's really little, and it's my god, the pink one. It's really cute. And you can put whatever you want in these pods. And you can do, for those of you that vape, you can do long hits on them. And they're silent, and they give off a lot. Excuse me, I burped. Oh my god.
Okay,
A
so
lot of vapor.
what is a lung hit as
It's the
opposed?
difference between smoking a cigarette and hitting a joint.
Okay, because a joint you suck it straight into your lungs,
Right,
but a
right.
cigarette, when I smoke that, it goes into my mouth and then I inhale it.
Yeah, exactly. If you do that with certain fluids, like if I did that with this, I would be fucked because I would just choke. It's crazy. But I can do a regular cigarette hit with this, but it's better for me if I do a lung hit with this. Oh, good, Evelyn. I'm glad. Yay. I'm not full of shit. My suggestion worked. Yay. Um, so like this one puts out a little bit, but this one puts out a lot. So, oh my gosh, the doggies. The doggies.
Sorry, she's sassy.
No, I like it. Oh, sassy doggy.
Yeah, believe it or not, that's a vicious 4 pounder giving off that sass.
Is it a chihuahua?
No, she's a little Cairn Terrier like Toto and the
Oh
Wizard.
my gosh. There's this old man that comes up to the shop, right? And he has this toothless, because he's very, very old, um, chihuahua. He's losing his hair. So he's like down to skin and like some hair sticking up every now and then. He thinks he's the most vicious thing on the planet. And I hate him. Because I love the guy, like I love the old man that brings him in, right? But this dog, I this dog, man, me and this dog. Because like he doesn't like people reaching for his owner, so when I go to give the guy his change, this little tiny dog in his arms is like snarling at me and jumping at me. I'm like, bitch, what are you gonna do? You don't have any teeth.
Yeah, one of our dogs, the 17-year-old, she doesn't have a single tooth left. Our 20-year-old dog, though, still has most of her teeth. So I was really shocked about that.
Right before my Maine Coon died, he lost one of his canines, and m- I'm sure you know that Maine Coons have very long canines,
Hmm.
and um, I should have known because those are one of the strongest teeth. So, but yeah, he passed away shortly after that.
Aw, babe.
Yeah. Oh well, he was 13, so it wasn't like he lived his life. I gave him 3 years of not having to be in the shelter, so that's all I cared
That's
about.
good.
Well, almost 3 years.
And just think, if you'd never been in a shelter, you probably could have had him around, for like 20 years.
Well, he had another family. They had him for like 10 years. But they got a job overseas that they could not turn down, and the vet would not approve him to fly. So, they took their other animals, but they couldn't take him, and he had anxiety, had rapid heart rate, We had to sedate him to take him to the vet because if you took him out of the house, he we were afraid he would have a heart attack. So they would actually mail us oral sedation, and it wasn't really sedation. It just made his eyes look both ways at the same time. Um, and then poor guy. And we take him to the vet. And then when you get home, by the time we got home, his sedation would have been worn off. So, oh, poor guy.
Yeah, we always had to sedate our beagle whenever we took her anywhere in the car.
They have rapid heart rates anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I've had her since she was just a little less than 4 weeks old when I got her. Her mother wouldn't feed her or anything. So I went ahead and took her and bottle fed her and raised her. She just turned 20 last month. So
Oh,
I figure I've been a pretty good mommy to her if
oh yeah.
for as long as she's lived. I had to teach her everything. I had to teach her how to be a dog because she didn't have any, her mom wouldn't teach her
Mhm.
anything.
My
And
best friend had to do that to her cat that she has, and now that cat's an absolute terror to anybody but her. Like, she's tiny too, like, they found her in a parking lot, she was less than 2 days old. Um, well, she was right around 2 days old. So they had to teach her everything, they had to teach her how to latch on, they had to, like, stimulate her bowels,
mm,
they had to do everything for her, so she's definitely got bottle baby syndrome really bad.
yeah,
Uh, it's funny because it's almost like a horse. Because when you bottle feed a horse, they have no personal space. They have n they don't understand that concept because you fed them and you nurtured them, you must be mama.
exactly.
You must be. And mama lets me do whatever I want. Well, bottle-fed horses have that in their heads. They do not understand that there is a bubble that they need to respect.
Yes, a personal space bubble. That's how she was. She was always at my heels. She went everywhere I went. She slept with me every night. I mean, I couldn't get away from her. There were times when I'd be like, "Can I just read a book for a minute?"
No.
But she was with I had to, burp her, do the tummy rubs to get the bowels moving, all that kinda stuff. I'm like, "I
Mhm.
draw the line at licking you to clean you. We will put you in the tub."
It's funny though, but let me ask you this: we're trying to figure out why her cat is so small. Like she was very well taken care of. Like they fed her. At the time, my best friend's ex girlfriend and her, they fed her really well. They transitioned from bottle to food at the right time, and still gave her a little bit of bottle every now and then it did what a mother would do.
Mhm.
But now she doesn't look any bigger than, like, 6 months old, and she's 4 years old. And so is your do you did you notice, like, any diminished weight or anything because it wasn't mother's milk or something like that? I don't know.
Not with my dog, I didn't. So I don't know how it would work with a cat, but
Right.
with my dog, she grew to be regular size, even got fat. Now she's a skinny, bony little thing, but I mean, she's 20,
Right.
in dog years, God, that's like 140 years old.
Yep.
So, I mean, she looks like a little zombie now, but
No.
she's still got interest in eating, and she still gets sassy with the other dogs. You can't see them or hear them, but when they're in her way,
Mhm.
she'll, sass at them and everything. So it's, but no, I never noticed any. I noticed that she did what Evelyn is saying that her cat does. She would do that whole suckle thing all the time. Um,
Yeah, when we got my one Maine Coon I have now that's mine actually came from my sister's, and she was a little under a year old when we got her. And if she was super tired or if there was a thunderstorm or something, she started to want to be swaddled like a baby, like tightly. And she want her butt to be pat like a baby. And
mhm,
then she would suckle on my shirt.
yep, that's how my beagle was, and I all her life she would come to me after she would eat and want me to burp her. And so I would burp her. I'd, tap on her side, do a baby.
So
And
cute.
and as soon as she'd burp, she'd be ready to get down,
Oh
She's
my
like,
god.
thanks, mom.
Well, ever since then, now she like if she's super tired or she like when there's a thunderstorm, she wants to be swaddled.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But yeah, I guess they found that kitten in the parking lot and they never saw the mom. So the mom could have been small too. Um, but the she literally left. Hi, Diane.
Hello, Diane.
I don't have any recap. I've been working my ass off, so I don't know what has been going on. Would you like a link? Who knows?
Yeah, come on up.
Come on, Diane.
Why aren't all of you fine people up here on panel?
I don't know. Stephanie's in bed apparently.
Oh, in bed. What is she, like a normal adult?
I know, right? What the fuck?
It's only 1:25 in the morning. What are you doing in bed, you responsible adult?
I know. Sleep. That was so yesterday.
I know, right? I'm just glad when I got up here you didn't blindside me and like, "Meow."
Wait, what?
Last night I went on a panel and I had heard how much this person just loved me. I was fabulous. They were talking all nice to me. I got up on the panel and the claws came out and I was like, what the heck?
What the hell?
Yeah, it was weird. I'm
I
still
would
trying
never
to
do
get
that
past
to you.
that.
You're my YouTube wifey. I would never do that.
I was nervous. I was like, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna get up there. And
I'm
she's
sending you a link. Hold on, Diane. You said, but I was nervous.
I was. I was like, am I gonna get up there and she's gonna attack me?
No, man, I ain't got it in me. I wouldn't attack you anyway. No worries.
Good, because I don't have it. I don't have the patience for it tonight.
Oh, what you trying to say? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, I'm just kidding.
It was on Cooper Chat's Silver Wings.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
Lord help, Lord help us all. Hi, Embry.
No, I'm not sure
All
where.
right, Diane, it's in your DM. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to tell Evelyn I'm not sure where she would have heard it. I know that someone told me that the porch had Pam apologized to me and said she felt bad for me about what happened last night. So that made me feel like at least I wasn't insane because I left that panel last night feeling like I must be insane because people are telling me I've done all kinds of stuff that I didn't do. And yeah, I was just lost.
Hmm.
My head was spinning.
I promise if I ever want to blindside you, it won't be a blindside. I'll just come at you. I'll be like, excuse me, bitch, we need to talk.
That's how I prefer
Okay, good.
my friends to go. Yeah.
Like,
Like,
Janie,
just
how dare you talk shit about cows? Okay, because I love cows. That's how it's gonna happen.
right, exactly. And at first I thought it was a joke because up until the time I got up on the panel, he was like, "Oh, Janie's fabulous and all this." And then I got up on the panel and I was like, I thought he was joking,
Uh-huh.
like just giving me shit, fucking with me. And so I was laughing at first. And then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you serious? Can't be real.
Hi, Diane.
Hello.
So, what's going on, bitches? Because I've been working so hard, I've missed everything.
Well, I wasn't around this weekend, but someone gave me a recap. I'm not going to say who, but yes, I did hear about what happened with Janie and how she was kind of blindsided up on that panel. I
Hmm.
didn't know what was going on. I mean, I didn't see it, and I didn't have time to go back and watch everybody's chats. But I did hear Pam had said that she apologized to you, right, Janie,
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Yeah.
Um, so that was shocking that she apologized. I guess I don't know. Um, and then what else did I hear that happened? Oh, and that Randy got an apology as well.
Yes. Yeah.
But I also heard a story that Savage went up on her live stream and said that what Jamie said was not racist. So now I was on the panel with Randy at the time we were talking about that last week. And from what Randy said, she had a conversation with Savage and with Kim. And that Savage said she would go back and look at it. And she said, whatever she said in her conversation, which I also heard that she twisted it around and brought me up again. Why does she always bring me up? Um, she brought me up as I got brought up as the cockroach again. I mean, that woman cannot leave me out of any conversations. But
She
anyway,
loves you.
I guess so. Here's the thing: I don't talk about her ever, ever, and I don't know why she is so obsessed with me. But I did. I don't know. She kind of went off track. Listen, when I heard that comment, and I don't care what anybody says, when I heard Jamie say that Randy's uh, Randy's daughter's boyfriend is their token black person, I don't know. My head just went right to that's a racist comment. I'm not saying that Jamie is a racist, but
Right.
that is a racist comment. That term is not even used anymore. I mean, I don't know if it's used on South Park. I don't watch South Park, but that is a racist comment. I'm sorry. And
I agree.
If Randy took it that way, then it is racist. Um, and no, Randy does not ever talk about uh, her daughter's black boyfriend. No, she doesn't say that ever. I've never heard her say that. She did post a picture of him. He has walked through while she was on a live stream. She's never had to say that, and she never would say that. Who says things like that? So I think they twisted the whole thing around again, and it is what it is. And I have my own opinion. I have my own opinion of why they're not, um, you know, why they're taking up for Jamie.
Right. Well, I mean, I have an echo. Okay, it's gone now. Um, I mean, to ask who says that is to look at the same person who fucking stood against the wall and said they had a stroke and they were in the hospital.
Oh, well, that's not supposed to be brought up because that happened over a year ago.
Oh, well, they can kiss my ass. I'll bring up whatever the fuck I want to bring
But
up.
no, you see, it's okay for them to do with me.
Mhm.
They can bring up the pizza, they can bring up everything from over a year ago. But if that happened over a year ago, but here's the thing about it happening over a year ago, the situation with Jamie. Um, the the women that were involved, again, I wasn't involved. I didn't know Jamie, I didn't even know Wendy at that time. There were women who truly uh, believed that she had a stroke and that she was in ICU, and they
Mhm.
were praying for her. They were praying for her, and these women, they might have talked about it, or it might have been talked about on one of my live streams. It was talked about on who else's stream was it talked about on? It was talked about on Stephanie Brown's
Mhm.
stream. So it was talked about. She did admit that she lied. She did admit that she created this whole hospital setting, but
Wow.
no one ever saw the picture. Only one person in that group, only one person, and I won't reveal who that is, had the picture. The other women did not see the full picture. She sent it to that girl, that woman, and said, so when did I ever do this before? When did I ever do this? So even though she lied and got caught, she still was nasty ass to her friend who was, praying for her to heal. Um, so it was brought up again. It was absolutely brought up again because of the situation with what happened with the comment that she made. So,
Right.
yeah, it's going to be brought up because if you lie like that you had a stroke and then your husband gets involved and he gets on streams yelling at people and saying that you caused my wife to get ill and blah blah blah. Yeah,
Whatever.
people are going to bring it up again.
What do you think about what Silver Wings just said? Sam and Savage will never go up
Yeah.
against her because they know she'll sell their DMs.
Well, I don't know if she'll sell them. I don't know who would sell them to her, but the thing about Jamie that we've all learned, and especially me, is that anything you share with her is never going to stay private because she has a habit of she needs to prove that she's not a liar. So her form of doing that is, well, let me just show you the DMs. And that's
Wow.
how the whole thing started. Way before the auction ever happened,
Mhm.
she was sharing my DMs because her friends were saying to her, "You're lying about." Well, first of all, she shouldn't have been even talking about what I said in a private DM, but she did that, and they said, "I don't believe you." And then she said, "Well, I'll show it to you." So she showed the DMs, and then she said, "Well, I don't know how Sam got it, and I don't know how this one got it because I only sent them to people on your side. So you better check your friends." No, 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 no. My friends would never share those DMs. So I
Right.
don't buy that. Yeah, I do believe that she's probably, if she's been in a group chat, guarantee, I guarantee she has everything screenshotted.
Can I plug our
Mhm.
contest real quick while we're on this topic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
absolutely.
Sure.
Okay. Because I've only got 2 entries, and if I have to pick between only 2 entries, I'll just end up everyone will win. And
Okay, what's the contest?
okay, the contest is, and entries have to be DM'd to me by 9 Central tomorrow, and then at 10 o'clock tomorrow Central, when we go live, we're gonna announce the winners of a $25 Amazon gift card.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to enter.
Here here is the contest for everyone who has not seen the picture where she's trying to convince people that she's in the hospital. It is in the spirit of that. You have to, okay, the idea is that you've called into work and you've told your boss that you're in the hospital and he wants photographic proof, and you have to do your best in a funny way to convince your boss that you are in the hospital, okay?
Okay.
Oh
So
my
we know
god.
that she used like the fish aquarium tubing.
Yeah.
So you can use a garden hose, you can use whatever you want. You can hook it up to a fire extinguisher, you can have it coming out of your ear, whatever you want to do. Whatever makes us laugh the hardest will be the winner of the $25 Amazon gift card.
Oh God,
Oh my god.
did you see the picture that I showed on my live stream the night that Wendy and I were talking about it? Sweet 666. Did you see
Yes,
the
after
picture?
we went offline, I went and watched it because someone said they had, Diane had someone send her a picture that would be considered an entry if they wanted, and where she had it all wrapped around her head. It was hilarious.
Hysterical. Hysterical. And then she had a little sign on the wall that said "Real Hospital," and then she had a little picture of a fish tank with a goldfish. Yeah, with band-aids on it, with a little goldfish. It was
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
Because, I
That's
mean,
great.
if nothing else, I mean, I don't think it's right to lie to people to tell them that you had, some kind of medical issue or whatever. But when you really think of how she doubled down, the commitment to creativity for that picture is hilarious.
It is.
It is quite hilarious.
And so in that spirit, that's what our contest is. But we're saying that, you have to convince your boss and get as creative and be as funny as you want. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah,
That's epic.
so if they can be in the anything DM to me before 9 p.m. tomorrow Central Time, then at 10 p.m. Central, we're going to go live and we're going to show them all and announce the winner.
Okay. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just at first I was like, is it too mean? But I'm not doing it to be mean. I know the spirit of what I'm doing it in is just that it was so freaking funny when you think about
It's
how
hilarious.
she used her creativity to think, okay, I need a feeding tube. I'll use an aquarium tube. You know,
Yeah. And then, you know, the pegboard, the pegboard really gave it away because what happened was, and we also showed those pictures again. These ladies, or in particular, the one that had the picture, never ever released it, ever released it. And
Right.
of course, obviously, it got released all over the place. Not on Twitter, but well, in DMs to people because she got mad. She got really, really mad. Um,
Oh, boohoo.
and
Oh,
and
wait,
that
who got mad? Who,
the
Jamie
person,
or oh, the
no, the
person?
person
Okay.
who was holding the picture,
Ew.
who was one of the friends that she lied to, had been
Mm,
holding the picture. Wasn't going to probably ever release it, but got to the
right.
point where, no, Jamie, no. This when you made that comment and then backpedaled on it. That was it. And then before you knew it, everyone had the picture, and
Right.
Randy got real mad. And of course, Randy used it as her icon when she went live.
I loved it. The thing with the pegboard is I thought they were polka dot sheets, and someone pointed it out to me. They're like, "No, it's pegboard," and I
Yeah,
thought I was gonna pee my pants.
yeah, it was a pegboard. It was a pegboard. And then what happened? You know why they? Here's the thing: when they first looked at that picture, when it was sent to them, or when it's when it was sent to the one person and the other people got to see it, but what she really did was she was being considerate of her, and she actually crossed out her face. She didn't show her face to the other women, and they all looked at it and they really believed that that was a hospital. They really believed it was a hospital room. I mean, if I would have looked at it, I would have said, "Wait a minute, ICU." It's very technical, and
Hmm.
I wouldn't have bought it. In fact, Irish Marie said, "Get out of
Hi,
here."
Amanda.
Hi,
Hi,
Amanda.
Amanda. Irish Marie saw it and said, "Get out of here." No way. She called bullshit from day one. But the other women believed that it really was a hospital. How she got caught that it wasn't was she went on Bless This Mess's panel and turned on her camera, not realizing it, and guess what showed up? The pegboard.
Oh my God.
The exact pegboard with the little tassel and everything that
She's so stupid.
was in the hospital. She was in her utility room.
Oh my God.
And
It
see,
just
if I
makes me
got
laugh. I can't help it.
yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
if I got busted like that, I'd be like, "Okay, you caught me." But, like, she really doubled down.
yeah, yeah. It was look, that had to be I'm just gonna say it had to be humiliating. It had to be humiliating, but it was funny when you and we showed that I have the side by side pictures, I think.
I saw him
Um,
on
did you
Twitter.
see them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I was like, "That is pegboard." I thought she was trying to say that a hospital room had polka dotted sheets.
No,
I
I
know
mean,
that was my first. I'm like, that is a really large feeding tube.
Yeah. They're sending her chunky soup through that thing.
ooh, ooh.
They could. They could have, like, sent a roast beef sandwich through that over
um,
That's great.
oh yes, Captain. She blamed us, by the way, myself, and well, I said I said to her in messages, I said Jamie said she was having ulcer surgery. She was in the hospital. This was right
Lord help.
before the DMs and all that were released. She is telling me she's in the hospital and she's having surgery on her ulcer. And I'm like, who has surgery on their ulcer unless you're really, really bad? But anyway, yeah, that happened. Camera came
It was
on.
from the feeding tube.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And the
From
roast beef
whole
sandwich,
roasted chickens through the feeding tube.
the roast beef and all that food got clogged up in your guts. Um, Yeah, she got caught with a ceiling fan. She turned on the camera again.
Jesus Christ.
Ceiling fans just and dogs barking. That's right, dogs barking. No dogs allowed in the hospital. Well, I can't say that. I think they do allow some animals in for people that are dying or whatever. But there was a ceiling fan
Oh, this dumb bitch cannot help herself, can she?
caught. So I mean, that's the second time, and I do remember talking to Jamie and saying to her, why, why would you lie about something so serious as an ulcer, not an ulcer, but a stroke? Because aren't you afraid of like bad, you know, things going out into the universe and you really get sick? I mean, when I was going to school or even work, I wouldn't lie about anything. Like if
Mm-mm.
I wasn't sick, I wouldn't lie, and I wouldn't call in for my husband, my ex-husband. I wouldn't call in for him if he was sick, not sick, or my sister if she was not sick. I said, I'm not doing it. Ask someone else because I don't want to
Mhm.
get the bad vibes. I said, because you'll end up
Right.
sick. So, but that, and she said to me, well, she did it to get back at being Randy.
Yeah, to make them feel
What?
responsible for her sickness.
That's a
Well,
bitch ass thing to do.
not,
Mhm.
no, it wasn't even that. It was because she was so angry at being Randy. She was so angry at them. I mean, it was crazy. I mean,
But why? Did they not let her play in their reindeer games or what?
well, look, a lot of this shit started with them when I don't know, when Jamie thought that I was actually stalking someone and she wanted, which I never stalked anyone, by the way. She wanted to warn them that be careful of me. So, and
Oh, be careful of Diane.
Yeah.
yeah. Now, meanwhile, I heard that Pam told her not to stop calling. She also told everyone that Jamie called her like 6 times yesterday or something like that. So here's the thing with Jamie, she will not stop calling you. You have to literally block that woman. Okay, that's a
Jesus
stalker.
Christ.
That's a stalking person. That's somebody that won't let you, ever. She just won't until you block her. So that was one of the things Randy said. Like one time, Randy was all caught up. This was a long time ago, and she did block me. So because she didn't know what to believe, and I never called
Mhm.
her. So that was one of the things that Randy thought about. Well, if this woman was crazy and a stalker, she'd be on the phone trying to call me, call me, call me. And I never did that because I don't do
Mhm.
that. If someone doesn't want to talk to me, I'm not going to keep trying to call them. And she just
Right.
called them the other day. She just called Randy and B the other day
Wow.
and
She
lied
really
about
can't
it.
help herself.
Yeah, and
She,
didn't she talk to Randy's daughter real nice and then turn around and make that statement?
yes.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't like that. That's shady.
Yeah, Timber answered the phone and she talked to her. B didn't answer. She got a text, but she said that she was calling to find out who this Mylena. She likes this person named Mylena, who is a real troll on social media, on Twitter, and also on YouTube. And she loves her. She said she loves her. How can you love someone you don't even know? So she was trying to find out from this is what she claimed. She was trying to find out from Randy and B if they knew who she was. And that's what she claimed she was calling for. But I don't buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy to know that if I ever need a feeding tube, I don't have to give up whole roasted chicken and gobstoppers.
Yeah. You won't have to. And the thing is, I'm imagining, and I of course I don't know this for a fact, but if that was in her utility room or laundry room, I'm picturing herself, throwing herself over her washing machine, and taking that picture. But the other thing is, I'm like, how does her husband not know that she's doing all this?
I don't
He
know.
probably does. She's probably threatened to sell his DMs too.
Because if I was sticking fish aquarium tubing in my nose and taking pictures on the washer, Luke would be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Right, exactly.
My husband would be like, "It is time to step away from the internet.
Exactly.
We are not doing
And
this today. You are gonna get away from the tubing."
he probably is in on it, Amanda. He probably snapped the picture for her.
He helped hold the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's so, so crazy. But I am glad that, Pam apologized to
Mhm,
you, Janie, and I am glad that she apologized to Randy. We mentioned that the other night about, well, not about that because that hadn't happened yet, but I think both Wendy and I said, and Alyssa was up there too. We said, we give credit to Pam for, you know, realizing this about Jamie and, kind of saying this is bad and what she said about Randy's, you know, daughter's boyfriend.
mhm.
So we did give in the night before. Wendy didn't even want to go live. She just didn't even want to go live, but it ended up to be a good stream anyway. And she said she didn't want to go live because the night before she was calling Pam stupid. And she was calling her stupid because she was making the comment. She was responding to what Pam said about people think that we're stupid because we have no teeth. So Wendy said, "No, uh, you're stupid because you're stupid." And she kept saying it. She said it a
Right.
lot. She said it a lot. And then the next night, so she said the next night, oh, now I feel like an ass because I was, calling her stupid.
Mhm. I mean, I just I d I just don't get it. I
I
don't,
don't. I don't either.
because here's the thing. It took me about 2.5 nanoseconds to turn Jamie Kimbrough the fuck off because I can't even stand to hear her talk. And I didn't even get that far with her. I mean, maybe that's just petty, but how the fuck can they just sit there and like listen to her voice all day long?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. And then Kim got, um, I don't know. Well, she's not in the boardroom anymore.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
So
I
they got rid of Kim. They threw her out. Um, but see, I could never understand how Kim could have been up on panel with Jamie at any point if
Right.
knowing that Kim lost her daughter to a stroke and being there with Jamie knowing that she lied about one.
yeah. Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to touch on that one because I just don't have anything nice to say. So,
Yeah. No,
but
I get it.
I don't know. I think they're all fucking stupid. I think that they all just need to take a step back from the internet and go have some Skittles and taste the rainbow and be happy and eat some fruit and, calm the fuck down because it ain't that fucking serious.
Cool their jets.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And I wanted to say that I appreciate Pam's apology. Um,
Mhm.
However, with that said, she has apologized to me before, and I am going to just believe for now that she is sincere and see what happens because, like I said, she's apologized to me before and it didn't really make it that long.
Mhm.
So, you know,
No, I know. I mean, in a perfect world, and I've said this before, on here, everyone would just leave everyone alone. If you don't have anything nice to say about someone, just don't say it. But I don't think that that's ever going to happen. Of course, because I was called a cockroach again. And let me listen. The whole thing, the whole thing with the Lori thing that Savage was talking about again tonight. That happened months and months and months ago too. Um, when we went up on that panel, B, Randy, and I went up on a panel and spoke about a letter that had, or whatever, had Uber had got contacted by the Social Security that she was being investigated. Okay, so we never went up there and we never said it's Lori. And just let me tell you something about Lori. Um, this has nothing to do with her personal life and whether or not she lost her mother or two mothers or whatever happened. While Lori was active on this site, she
Mhm.
was obsessed with Trisha. She's the
Mm.
one, the reason that we were in a group and got called out for a group, being in a group and blah, blah, blah. That group was created by her. It was called Truthfully Triggered. She
Mm.
was all over it with Trisha. She was one of the people, in fact, that wanted me to send a video to nail the coffin shut on her CPS case. She wanted me to
Wow.
send a video, and I never sent it because I had already contacted CPS anonymously. Anonymously. How do you think it got out that I did it? Because these little bitches outed it. So
Right.
now, if I had taken that video from her and sent it to them, then it would have had my name, and I didn't want my name in there. In fact, the woman said to me, "You can give me your name and then you can do a follow up." I said, "That's not necessary." So
Right.
yeah, and she did inform me that at least a good dozen people had already called that day or on that incident. So Lori was no little, she was obsessed. She was obsessed with Trisha. So please, I can't even with that. But the Social Security thing that happened, we did go up there. We never said it was Lori. People were guessing. And then I didn't like the fact that we did that. I thought we kind of jumped the gun. So I took that stream down
Mhm.
and then I talked about it in another stream and said that, we jumped the gun. We jumped the gun, but we never said
Right.
it was Lori. We never said that. So,
Oh
I don't want
Lord.
to hear that shit anymore either. I don't
I,
want to hear it.
I have no idea who Lori is or anything about that.
Lori, her name on YouTube was Lori XOXO. She
Mhm.
was on a drama live with Takedown Man and Trisha and Sean. That was the one where Trisha whipped out her boobs live.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard about it. I've never, I wasn't here
Oh
then.
yeah, and Lori was going after Trisha like crazy. Fighting with her. Listen, I'm telling you. Uh, I don't know what her losing her parents have to do, losing her mother has to do with anything. Why do people bring that up? I don't get it. What does that have to do with the fact that they believe that we were, accusing Lori of doing that?
Mhm.
We didn't. We never said it. And Lori's, an attorney. She's
Attorney,
a
doctor, lawyer, cop, nurse.
Oh my
paralegal,
God.
yeah, paralegal nurse, and a bounty hunter.
Oh, okay.
But she
That
was
sounds
always
legit.
trying to get me, always trying to get me to do shit. When you're in school and you have that one kid who says, you know, do this, throw that at the teacher, throw that spitball at the teacher. They're telling you to do everything, but they won't do it themselves. That's what Lori was. So I even said to
Wow.
Lori, well, if you've got all these hookups, because she would send me messages. I don't understand why they're letting Trisha drive around. She's driving around taking Benadryl and this and that. Can't someone call the sheriff? Can't someone? Why can't they get her up? And I said, Lori, I thought you had
Don't
contacts.
don't you have a phone? For fuck's
Exactly.
sake?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that I don't have those DMs anymore because when she closed her account, they went bye bye. But
Mhm.
yeah, she was all over that shit, all over it with Trisha. So don't
You
blame
know,
me.
I don't if I say something and no, 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say something I'm not fully prepared to be put out in public, which is one of my rules. But if I say something and it gets put out, just fucking own up to it. Be a fucking grown up and just say, "Yeah, I said that shit. What? At the time, I fucking meant it." You
Yeah,
know? I mean, there ain't nothing to it. What are you gonna lose if somebody stops talking to you? You don't know them in your real life,
right,
and clearly they're not that important to you if you're gonna talk shit about them.
right.
So, I mean, these people need to get over it. And I watched that video today. Somebody put out, uh, little Miss thinks she's a badass queen over there in her quote unquote boardroom.
Who?
Uh, oh, I'm not gonna say her name, but Stewie put the video out.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, whew. But I don't know. I just don't get it all, and I don't get why people are trying to defend Jamie when they know she's a liar. So all I can really go on is what people are already saying is they're afraid that Jamie will put out their DMs.
oh, and she will. I mean, it's a fact.
Right.
It's a fact.
Oh, that's a
It,
given.
yeah.
Normally, I use the hashtag alert the daycare staff when I'm talking about the president, but I feel like we need to use that hashtag now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the whole thing is ridiculous. And people are going to believe what they want to believe. I find it really odd though that they have never heard that term. And she's done research. She had to do research to talk to people. I'm assuming she spoke to black people to find out if that was something that was
I don't
offensive.
know
I
why
don't.
that's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just saying that's how she. I mean, she had to do research, right, to find
Were
out if
they
it
in
was.
were they in her utility room?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about Savage.
Oh.
And I think Savage is,
Hi,
right.
Cash.
Um, Diane was, yeah, I was a lot on your right, Cash, and took the heat for a lot of things. I took the heat for a lot of things. It is just what it is. Did I make the call to CPS? Absolutely. And let me just say for the record on this whole, I have to bring it up. This, incredible G guy. Okay, so when he was friends with Trisha, he had he did a live stream, and I heard him say my name. Okay, now I'm hearing my name again. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, why don't these people just leave me alone? So I hear my name, and I
Diane's
hear,
got name radar.
yeah, really. And and of course I know that Trisha told him about me.
Mm.
And I hear him say that he called my ex-husband and blah 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 and was talking about my lawsuit. So I'm like, really? And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, he's turned on her. So he's doing another live stream, and I'm watching it just like everybody else who accused me of being all up in his DMs trying to get information about Trisha. No, 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 no. What happened was I'm watching him. He is scrolling through his phone to show people things, and I see my information,
God.
and I see Wendy's information. So did I contact him? You're damn right I did. And I spoke to him, and I said, did you really call my ex-husband? And now he could have lied to me and say, no, I just said that, blah, blah, blah. He said, no, I did call him because Trisha gave me his number. Trisha
What?
tracked down my ex-husband. So yeah, Trisha's still all up in it.
Of course she is. Anybody who believes that she's not is smoking the wrong kind of weed. I'm just saying.
So he did call my ex-husband. He said, but see, my ex-husband would not talk to him and would not talk about me. He wouldn't do that. So she barked up the wrong tree. So yeah, Trisha, knock it off. Knock it off, lady.
If anyone
Oh, Diane.
if anyone wants to
Huh?
meet my ex-husband, please tell him I bought my Guns N' Roses album from 1989.
Trisha, can you please find Janie's ex-husband
Someone please. He's off the radar.
and get her album back, please?
Yes, I'd like my Guns N' Roses album back, please.
Someone contact the Queen of Stalking so that she can get her Guns N' Roses.
That's right. I have more money than God.
I
I
believe
love
Right,
it. I
but
love that I said that.
because Diane's fancy as fuck.
Well, I love that I said that because I took that from Steel Magnolias. Um, when Shirley MacLaine said, "The only reason people like me is because I have more money than God." So, yeah, so I stole that from Steel
You know,
Magnolias.
that movie, because I saw it when I was, I don't know, what year did it come out? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know. Was that in the 90s?
Oh, yeah, it had to
early
be because I
90s.
saw it when I was old enough to understand it. But
I love you too, Cash.
from that moment on, I was terrified of diabetes. Like
Oh,
more than
because of the way she had that really bad reaction.
right. I mean, like more than anything in the world, more than any other disease in the world, I was terrified of diabetes because of that movie.
Yeah, well, that was scary. I mean, I my grandmother had diabetes, and I never witnessed her having anything. Oh, one time when I went shopping with her, she had to. I do remember she had to grab some orange juice at out of the supermarket
What's
and
happening?
drink it. And I didn't understand, but yeah, that's what she had to do.
My
But
mother has diabetes, but she's controlling it so well. They don't have her on shots; they just have her on maintenance meds.
mhm,
So she's doing really well. Um, so I'm really proud of her.
yeah, my grandmother's the only one that had diabetes, and she got it late in life. So I don't know if that's her hereditary thing or not, but no one else that I know of actually had diabetes where they had to do insulin. I think some of my aunts might have been borderline, or one of them anyway, but my mother no,
Mhm.
me no.
My mom had well, so when me and my brothers were born, they really didn't do a lot of like sonograms or anything unless they knew there was something wrong with the child. So now it's just like common. They're like, "Oh, you're pregnant? Let's take a look." But they found out she had gestational diabetes with my sisters. So even though they were preemies, they were both still I think just under 5 pounds.
Mhm.
And with my brothers were 8 pounds each, and they're twins as well. So they're thinking that my mother had gestational diabetes with all of us because I was 10 pounds when I was born.
Hmm.
And now she has type 2 and they're telling her now if she lost more weight, which she has lost a lot of weight, um that she won't be diabetic anymore. Um because hers came on from her severe weight gain she had after she had the girls, but she has gone down a lot. So hopefully the doctors are right and she can get down to the ideal weight and her diabetes will just go away.
Yeah, that
But
would.
we found out that okay, so my mother is an army brat, so she grew up everywhere, but when they finally settled, they settled in Atlanta, and, I was a year old, and my mom worked downtown, and my dad had left his work to go eat lunch with her downtown, and if you've been to downtown Atlanta, you know the one staple that's running through the streets is the MARTA buses. So my dad is across the street, my mom's at the crosswalk, my dad can see her. My mom goes to walk across the street and gets hit by a MARTA bus.
Oh,
So what happened is the MARTA bus ran a red light, and the city of Atlanta cop allowed him to run a red light because they were directing traffic that day and hit my mother. My mother flew 30 feet
oh,
and landed on a car,
oh my God.
a parked car.
Goodness.
Well, she was okay, but, we didn't find out till later that the story my mother actually told me was not right because my mother didn't remember it all, she remembered it wrong. She had memories, it wasn't like she lost her memory,
Mhm.
but she remembered it wrong. So, she had told us that there was another girl walking with her, and the girl got hit, and then that girl hit my mom, and my mom just kinda fell down, and she wasn't really that hurt, and the other girl was more hurt, but my grandma's like, "No, there was no one with her. She was hit. She flew through the air. She landed on the car." So, after all of this, then a few years later, a few years ago, sorry, not even a few, like last year, my mom fell in the shower and she hurt her knee really bad. And just so happened that she kept dropping things that day, like her keys at the hospital. She couldn't hold on because she had to go to the hospital. She couldn't hold on to anything. And they did the doctor, thank God, was super suspicious. He was actually on call. So he was actually an internal medicine doctor,
Mhm.
which is like the best thing to have if you have some mystery while you're at the ER. Um, and they did a bunch of tests and found out that since that accident, she's been having many strokes
Wow.
since that accident.
Goodness.
And that's why she doesn't remember it correctly. And that's why she is starting to lose, like, it's weird. It's not like a dementia loss of memory. It's not like an Alzheimer's loss of memory, but there are just some things that catch her and she can't remember and she gets so angry at herself.
Mhm.
But and then like sometimes she'll drop things, but they said yeah, she's been having strokes probably they said probably since she was hit by the bus. And I was a year old when that happened.
Can I
So
ask a question?
37 years ago. Yeah,
Did your family sue them
they
for
did.
that?
Yes, they did. They
Oh,
won.
okay.
Um Unfortunately, all the judge made the city pay for was her hospital bills.
Oh no.
Right. So, because my mother had right away, she was walking, the crosswalk did say walk, and then the cop pulled the bus through. But yeah, they paid for her hospital bills, but not much else.
Wow.
Yeah. And my dad witnessed the whole thing.
Yeah, today things would be a little bit different
Oh yeah,
with a
definitely.
case like that.
Because that was in
Absolutely.
81.
Yeah,
81, yeah. It's crazy.
that really sucks. Because the thing about having an accident, even if you have a car accident where you get like whiplash or something, you might not have any immediate injuries where they bother you. It
Mhm.
could take years for those injuries to appear, where you have, where your neck, so you have whiplash. Look, I had one car accident when I was really young. I got hit in the back. Um, I stopped because the woman in front of me was stopping because a dog was running across the road, a big dog, and the woman in front of me saw the dog. I saw the woman stopping for the dog, but then I'm looking in my rearview mirror and I see this woman must have been in Gaga land. She's driving, 40 miles an hour and she's going to ram my ass.
Ooh.
So there, I knew it was coming. So I
Mhm.
held on real tight.
You're not supposed to do that, Diane.
I know. Well, I didn't know that. I was never in an accident and I didn't know. I was just bracing myself because I knew I was going to get hit. So I'm
Mhm.
holding on to the steering wheel real tight. I get hit 40 miles an hour. The girl behind me gets knocked out. She, her face went into the steering wheel, her head, she gets knocked out. I hit the top of my head, like, on the roof of my car because, I jumped. But
Mhm.
let me tell you, yeah, don't ever, ever do that
Mm-mm.
because
Don't
the
brace
next,
yourself.
don't brace yourself because the next day I felt like I was hit by a truck.
I'm
Everything.
surprised you didn't break your arms.
I didn't break anything. I was taken to the hospital just to make sure, and they told me not to. Told my ex husband to wake me up just in case of a concussion. But
Mm.
when I woke up the next morning, every muscle in my body hurt, including my jaw. I'll never forget it. It
Oh.
was horrible. But when I went to the doctor the next day, he told me I had whiplash.
Mhm.
Now, I could have sued. The woman came forward, gave me all of the information because it was her dog that caused the accident. I could
Right.
have sued, but you know what? I wouldn't sue because I said, "Oh, there's really nothing wrong with me. I don't want to just sue and pretend because listen, there are doctors and lawyers that'll make you win money.
Ambulance chasers.
Yeah, for nothing." But I said I don't. I was afraid to do it, just like afraid to call in sick if you're not really sick.
Mhm.
I was afraid to do it, so I never did it. But I
Well,
never had any injuries. Nothing ever came of it anyway.
s so my dad and my okay, so Kim Basinger, right? We all know her, the actress. Her
Yeah.
her aunt hit my brother and my dad head on. Now, that wreck they got a lot of money from, but I digress. So, there was, in the town that they were hit, trying to be vague, in the town they were hit, there's, like, a yield sign, and the yield sign kinda goes around because 'cause you're switching from one-way downtown square to two-lane highway. So it kinda goes around and then you yield and then you go, and then the road across from you, it's hard to explain. The yield sign is still in the one way, so you only really have to yield to the cars coming up behind you. But the road across, like, directly across the street is already integrated in the two-directional lane highway.
Uh-huh.
Um, and there's a stop sign there. Kim Baker's aunt decided that day she didn't really care about the stop sign. And so, my brother and my dad were in a '92 Honda Accord, and, whatever year, the box version, um, and they went around the yield sign, they followed all directional rules, and she came, and just as they were straightening out the car, she hit them head on. My brother went through the windshield, but
Wow.
before he went through the windshield, his knee tore out the glove box, and then the steering wheel embedded in my dad's chest.
Oh my God.
And so you remember the Honda Accords had the T-handle shifter, like, for the automatics, and it had that little metal button that you press to change the gear?
Uh-huh.
That went through the soft part of the side of his knee.
Oh my God.
And, to this day, every now and then, my brother will still pull glass out of the scar in his head.
Oh, get
They
out of
said
here.
yeah, they said, "You might be 60 years old one day and find another piece of glass coming out of your head."
Yeah, it all works its way to the surface.
Oh
Mhm.
my God.
But my brother landed in the road. He was almost hit by another car, but he wasn't. He was in a neck brace for, like, 3 weeks. My dad had to have not emergency surgery. I mean, the steering wheel penetrated his flesh, but it didn't break his breastbone, thank God. Um, but yeah, and
If there's glass in his head though, that
mhm,
will come to the surface and he can be pulling it out, could
mhm.
what's the possibility of that glass floating around somewhere else, like into his brain?
Well, I mean, the
Your
skull's
body
gonna protect the
rejects
brain.
Yeah, your body rejects it. It always pushes it
Yeah,
outward.
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
mean, I don't know much about that, but that is so weird to me to think that you could be living with glass
Mhm.
inside of you. Well, they
Yeah.
do leave bullets. They do leave bullets inside of people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The body is not always as free flowing as we think it is. So yeah, it seems like, okay, well, this is all open, it can get everywhere, but it really can't. Um, because yeah, it can get anywhere, but it's gotta go through a whole lot of stuff before it gets there. Because if there was that much space, everything inside of us would be rattling around. There's literally no room in most cases for anything to move anywhere,
Hmm.
especially in the head.
Hmm.
So, like, they just said that he had these tiny, I mean, they're teeny tiny, Diane. They're like slivers. They're not like giant. They're
Yeah, I get
there's
it.
slivers that come out of his scar on his forehead. Oh my god. And you know what? The worst part about it was the only reason they went anywhere that day is because I was driving the go-kart, and even though it wasn't my fault, the belt on the go-kart broke, and
Mm.
they had to go get another one. while I was driving the go-kart, the belt broke, and they left to go get another one. I cried for days. I was so guilty, and my dad's like, "Tiffany, what's wrong with you?" And I'm like, I'm just so sorry. I shouldn't have broke the belt." He's like, "You didn't break the belt. You're not strong enough to break the belt. It broke on its own."
Yeah,
And
we
I was like,
all, of course you're gonna, feel that. You're gonna feel guilty because, if that didn't happen, or if I didn't do this, or I didn't go there, you know,
right.
something happens to someone, you're always gonna think it's your fault. But that's why it's
Mhm.
called an accident.
Yep. But yeah, I actually got out of you're talking about you don't like to call in or anything like that, but I actually got out of jury duty for that one time.
Oh well, no, listen, that's
Ah,
different. That's different. I'm always afraid that I don't like to use the word karma because we know who uses that word.
right.
Oh, and speaking of that,
Oh Lord, here we go.
Sam, Sam told you know how Linda believes anything that someone tells her. So she's still yapping about her stupid nipple wet T-shirt video that she got
Oh Jesus
flagged
Christ.
for. Um, Sam said, "Well, you know who did that, right?" And she said, "Who? Diane and Wendy." No, no, no. I knew that I didn't need to report that because I knew it was going to be reported.
Because everybody else did.
Exactly. And one of the people that did report it put it on Twitter.
Right. I remember.
They just put it on Twitter the other day, but uh, now she's blaming me for striking her channel. I
Jesus
don't care.
Christ.
I mean, I don't care enough about her to care about her channel, to
Mm.
care anything about that woman. She's psycho.
Oh man, you said she believes anything she tell that people tell her. That must be why she believes everything that comes out of her own mouth.
Yeah, that's yes, Silver Wings. That yeah, Angelo found out that we were accused, so he put it out there. He
Mm.
put it in Lucy's stream, and he also made a tweet about it.
Jenna. Jenna says YouTube doesn't like low hanging nipples.
Yeah, she
Oh
still
God,
doesn't get why it was taken down.
right? It has, and she keeps comparing it to Rosie.
I know.
Rosie, Rosie has been on YouTube forever. She knows the ins and outs, and she knows as long as you do not let your nipples show, you're
Yep.
okay. And she's explained that to
And guess
Linda.
what? That's the same way on TV.
Right, exactly.
You can show
And
your butt, but you can't show your butthole
that's right. That's right.
because don't nobody want to see your butthole anyway.
And I don't know
Nobody
why she
really wants
doesn't
to
get
see your
that.
nipples.
Yeah, that's right. It isn't Pornhub. That's right, Jenna. And who wants to? I mean,
What?
I thought I was going to have a convulsion.
I love you. Good night. I'll be to bed soon.
I thought I was
Yeah.
going to go into convulsions when she went out there in that T-shirt and got it wet.
Excuse me, sorry.
God, that was disgusting. And
I'm
she
at a
really believes that we're all jealous of her. When she lays
That's funny.
down, when she lays down in her bed, when she was wearing that black thing that she was wearing, I don't know. It
Oh god.
almost looks like her head is just popping over a black cord. Like
told
she's
Luke,
not,
I told Luke she looks like a turtle stuck on its back.
yeah, that's
Oh
it.
my god, what if she doesn't wear a bra to bed? She doesn't even need stuffies to cuddle with because she can just put them under her arms and cuddle with her own boobs.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way in hell that I would be jealous of any woman who had breasts that sagged down to their knees with those size nipples. I would have to have them removed. Well, not all removed, but I would be so upset that that's what my breasts look like. I'd be crying every day. I wouldn't want to go out of the house.
Diane, you kill me.
I swear, I wouldn't want to leave the house. Do you see
Can
when
you
she
imagine?
moves?
Can you imagine if you had the channel like that and every day you were crying about your nipples?
I
Like, I
would be.
just can't do this, guys. Have you seen them? Have you seen how
Has
they
anyone
they
seen this
sad?
season? Has
I can
anyone
tie them together.
please bring me the scissors?
I would be so depressed. I really would. I would be so depressed if my breasts turned out like that.
Helen said, "Well, I can cuddle mine, and they keep me wonderful company."
Right, Trailer Talk? I mean, come on. Who would be jealous of those?
Ew, Jenna. Leave it to Jenna. She can hang her tits off both sides of a king-size bed.
Yeah, and then she says tie them underneath the bed and she'd never be able to get out.
Oh my God. How did they get that big? Oh my
Well,
God.
I
And
mean,
that long and that when when she walks, when she's
Embry.
when that woman is walking through her house or just not when she's walking, well, yeah, when she's walking, they're just like jiggling all around and swishing. Do you know how deformed oh God, I'm going to get hell for this, but her body looks deformed. Those breasts are so big that they go to the side. They pull out to the side. I mean, oh, I can't even with her. And yeah, I'm jealous of that. Give me a break.
Hold on, let's get a man's advice. Hey, baby, would you be okay if my breasts were so saggy you could hang them off either side of a king-size bed? he said, he's, he said, no, I would get them touched up.
Well, Helen, there are women who have very big breasts, but they don't hang down and have nipples shooting out to each side. They don't. They just don't.
You make it sound like she has more than one nipple. Like they're just coming out of the sets.
Well, they do. They kind of point out.
I'm so tired.
I'm very tired. I
Oh
am.
my God, it's hilarious.
That's why I'm talking. I don't even care what I'm saying. That's how tired I am. Because I know I'm
Diane,
going to get dragged for it.
she's drunk tired. That's what we called it. Oh yeah, Captain. He said it would get him touched up.
Oh my
Oh.
God. I swear. The fact that she thinks that any woman is jealous of those breasts is amazing.
It's not even that. The fact that she thinks anybody's jealous of her at all
Oh,
is
well,
just baffling.
yeah, that goes without saying. That goes without
Yes,
saying.
please. I am so jealous of your maggot-filled kitchen that I can't even help myself. I am so jealous that your education is subpar.
Good night, Captain.
Good night, Captain.
Good night, Captain. Like, please tell me how you have become so low on the educational food chain so that I may be just as you are, so that I can feed my jealousy.
Oh my God. There's not one thing that I'm jealous about her. Her blue eyes. I have hazel eyes. I love my eyes.
I have gray eyes, which is a throwback to my Irish heritage. Black hair and gray eyes like my daddy, but I have red hair and gray eyes because obviously somebody slept with a Scotsman.
I mean, but that's what she says. The women want my blue eyes and my big boobs.
No, they don't.
No.
Maybe the whaling industry does, but none of us do.
Oh my
Jenna
God.
says, I'm so jealous of her inability to word right. Bitch needs to stop making words post haste.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I crack up every time I hear a new one. I'm like, really? Where did that come from?
What was with the title of her stream today? It made no sense.
None of
What did
them
it say?
Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. And I'll read it to you and you tell me what it's supposed to mean.
Okay.
Me either, Trailer. Me either.
Let me find it here real quick.
Oh yeah, and I'm jealous of her teeth. Let me tell you, I am so jealous of her teeth.
Okay, the first one was who called me a beggar and they had ones for her.
Wow.
Individually, I know all those words, but they do not make a sentence.
Syntax escapes her.
Yes. The second
Elementary school grammar escapes her.
Yes, the second one is even better. Hair off my chest and let's get to the degree of how karma going to bit you back.
I am I
What is
am
hair off my
much
chest? She has hair on her chest?
I guess, but again, all
uh
words I know, but they
Helen.
don't go together.
No, gray eyes are actually a very Irish trait. The part that's Scottish is the fact that I have red hair. Because lots of people think that, oh, you have red hair, you must be Irish. No, that's actually a Scottish trait. Irish people have black hair, mostly. Uh, except for Irish Marie. But she might have had black hair when she was a kid. I mean, it's not like a mandatory thing, but what I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Embry, I think
I've seen gray eyes. Gray eyes are very pretty. I have hazel eyes, but I also have some. They're
But she also
beautiful.
has more money than God, so she can get them changed if she wants.
No, and I've never wanted to do that because my father had hazel eyes. So I have my father's eyes, but I have a little bit more. I don't know how to put it.
Jenna.
Like a little bit more, like green gold in them because, like, when the sunlight hits them,
Mhm.
you can really see them. No, I'm not jealous of your eyes, Mama Bear. I love my eyes.
Jenna says, has anyone asked her if she's participating in No Shave November?
Oh God.
I participate every November.
I participate every winter. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's No Shave November, December, January, and February.
And if I'm gonna be in the lake all summer, it's gonna be no shave summer too, because ain't nobody gonna see my legs.
Well, I have to shave my legs. I have to.
I shave my legs when the I mean, whatever. I wear pants all the time. Who cares?
Here's the really cool thing you have to look forward to, Minnie.
Mhm.
I'm 48, and I
Mhm.
will say that since I was 46, I've maybe only had to shave my legs twice
Yes.
because when I started going through menopause, like the hair just quit growing on my legs.
Please, menopause gods, let this
That
happen
happened.
now.
That happened to my mother, but yeah, that happened to my mother. She told me that that happened to her, and
It's
I was like,
wonderful.
really?
But now they're finding their way to my chin, which
Oh
you know,
no.
I'd rather them be on my legs. But yeah,
Oh, let me
Well,
tell you, when I worked in the pharmacy and we were in a compounding pharmacy, and this girl was mixing up a hormone replacement thing, and she accidentally got the male hormone on her arm, just a little spot. And girl, that shit grew like shag carpet, and she cried for
oh
a
my
week.
God! Oh my God!
I laughed. I wasn't supposed to laugh, but bless, I couldn't help it. I laughed
Oh, look at
so
Amanda.
hard.
Look at Amanda. Do your tits hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? Can you throw 'em over your shoulders like a continental slope? Do your tits hang low?
Okay, so trailer. I have to say this. Lots of Irish people have red hair, okay? Lots of Irish people have red hair. But if you look in their family tree, you're gonna find a Scotsman. But it's so integrated now that a lot of Irish people have red hair. And when I say in their family tree, I'm talking like way back, like when the Bruce was still alive. So I mean, I'm not talking about recently.
I think red
Uh,
hair is beautiful.
I shaved my cooter, Bob Jenkins. Wait, hold up, wait. Did you name your cooter Bob Jenkins? Because I have at least 3 questions. Why is number 1, and number 2, who is Bob Jenkins? And number 3, have you told anyone but us? I mean, these are very important questions
Pubic
I need
hair
answers to.
grosses pubic hair grosses her out.
Okay, but Bob Jenkins?
To dad.
maybe someone snuck onto her phone, and every time she types the word cooter, it inserts Bob Jenkins.
Amanda says, "I'm at work, my client keeps talking in her sleep, scared the shit out of me." Trailer says, "The vet." Trailer, please answer the question.
Yeah, who's Bob Jenkins?
Did you name your cooter Bob Jenkins? Why do I keep saying cooter? That's such a horrible word. Did you name your nana Bob Jenkins?
My daughter called her that many years ago, cracked me up. Okay, so
Oh.
okay, hmm,
Wait, her?
meaning her vag.
I've never given a sex to my
Yeah, I
sex
haven't either.
organs. I
Wait,
have so many new thoughts now.
what if your vagina was male?
I mean, Cash Nana is a legitimate word for female openings.
Yes, Leroy Jenkins.
Embry says, Janie, should I post that cooter pic I sent you?
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Have y'all seen that meme where it was like this girl sent a picture of her Nana and the guy says, ooh, I love Arby's roast beef too.
Uh,
Right, Jenna? Are you
Are you-
assuming what gender my cooter is?
mine. Wow, I have so many new thoughts now.
My mind has been blown.
She was 17. I think it was funny at the time. Helen. It's like meat curtains.
See, I never heard a lot of this stuff until I came to YouTube. I just have to be honest with you.
Oh my god. So funny.
Hey, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
And Wendy yells at me for saying poop.
For saying poop?
Yeah, for saying poop. She doesn't like. I told the whole poop story,
What's wrong
and
with poop?
she doesn't like the word poop. It makes her uncomfortable. I can't say
When
poop.
you next time you should say stinky, because that's what we used to say when we were kids. We said we have to go stinky.
Well, I didn't say that when I was a little kid, but she doesn't. She doesn't like it. She gets all upset.
You can say
Makes
poop
her
as much as you
uncomfortable.
want to me.
Just go ahead and say poop as much as you want on this channel. It's fine.
That's right.
Oh God, Embry, what have you done? What have you done? I have to go look at Twitter apparently. I'm scared. Embry. Oh my God, what have you done? No. Oh my God.
Cold
That
in a teeth.
I feel like every one of those hairs are in my mouth right now. That's disgusting.
Uh,
Oh man. I got my nose pierced. Now I feel like I have a perpetual booger. I mean, it's like because it's
oh,
got
I
that.
always wondered about that. What that feel?
Well, it's they use what a corkscrew jewelry, so it spins like it's a corkscrew design so that you don't have to put it back on it while it heals, and it just like sometimes you just gotta move it so it don't look like you have a booger to other people,
Oh,
and then
okay.
sometimes it feels like I have a booger. Is Wendy okay with the word booger?
I I don't know.
I'm gonna need some research results on that, Diane. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have to mention it on the next ladies' night and see if she's okay. There's a couple of words she's not. She has problems saying. Poop is one of them,
What?
and I don't know what. I think there's another word. She's just uncomfortable with that word.
Moist.
Well,
Everyone's uncomfortable with moist,
now
Janie.
see,
I'm not uncomfortable with moist.
I'm not either. I say moist all the time.
I know.
I am
I
uncomfortable
say
with the word wafted. What a
I say
dumb fucking word.
this cake came out so moist. This chicken is so moist. This meat, whatever. Moist never bothered me until I hear people on here saying moist is not a good word.
Yeah, we're in the
Uh,
same boat on that because Nippy can't stand the word moist either.
But but
uh,
but there's the word moist is even on cake boxes.
Yeah, because we were even sitting one night in the stream trying to figure out, okay, so if you wanted to describe a moist cake, then what's another word you could use for it? And there's nothing. You wouldn't call it a wet cake.
No, that would even sound that's bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't call it a damp cake. I
it's
mean,
cake water.
yeah, there's no word to describe a cake that's moist.
Jenna. Oh God. Jenna. just said, "This roast beef is so moist."
But if someone came up to me and was like, "Taste this cake, it's so damp," I would be like, "You disgusting."
Right, exactly.
But then you wouldn't say that your basement is moist, you would say it was damp.
Yeah, a basement can be damp, and you accept that, but I don't want my cake damp.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that word never bothered me. I never knew it was a problem even.
I don't like the word waft.
Waft.
I hate that word. It's just a dumb word.
A spongy cake. But yeah, but a spongy cake is a spongy cake.
Yeah, it's not necessarily moist.
Right.
Actually, you could take the entirety you could take an entire differential grammar approach to it and say this cake is not as dry as I thought it was.
It's anti-dry.
This
That's right.
cake is very not dry. See, I even avoided double negative,
You did.
which
Very.
drives me insane. I can't stand double negatives.
See, speaking of moist, Jenna needs to pee.
Oh, good lord, I'm just going to have to bind your fingers. Jenna, I love you so much.
If someone cooks their turkey just perfect and you're like, this is just so moist.
No,
Right.
I say this turkey is so juicy. I love it.
See, now juicy sounds worse to me than saying moist.
Cause moist sounds like a vagina's description, and I don't want to say
But
this turkey is moist.
wait a minute, wait a minute. When has somebody said to you, does your husband say to you, your vagina is so moist?
Exactly. Nobody says that.
No one says that.
It's wet. You
It's
know it, girl.
right. Your husband would say your vagina is so wet.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
No, he'd say your nana is so wet.
No, no, no. There are much harsher words during those times. Uh, when it's a veg word. Listen, okay. Listen. It's just a horrid word.
Okay.
Let's Google it. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Why do people hate the word moist?
Here's what I found on the web for why do people hate the word moist.
Yeah, that's right,
Have a look.
bitches. My Siri is Irish. Do you want to know why my Siri is Irish? Hold on, let me look. Why do people hate? Oh, it's a scientific research paper. Hold on.
There's actually been scientific research into why people hate the word, but we can't cure cancer.
When I hear or read the word moist, I immediately think of the locker room at the public pool where I learned how to swim when I was a kid. It smelled like mildew and frogs. Why did it smell like frogs? The walls were coated in grime and hair, and it was always at least 80 degrees in there, even in the winter. It truly was a moist locker room. Did the first sentence of this blog post make you shudder? If so, first of all, I hope I hadn't already lost you, because I did some research into why this particular word makes me physically convulse. And it turns out I'm not alone. 20% of the population has a serious aversion to the word moist, too. Okay, so according to a cognitive psychologist at Oberlin College, Paul Thibodeau conducted a series of experiments to determine exactly why the heck so many people hate the word moist. He had a hypothesis, three of them, in fact. Number one, people hate the word moist because of how it sounds. Number two, people hate the word moist because of its connotations to bodily fluids. And number three, people hate the word moist because they're socialized to believe the word is disgusting. So basically, we've told everyone for years that it's gross. So now everyone's like, oh my God, it's gross. Um, he found words that participants didn't mind similar words like hoist or joist, so that disproved the first hypothesis.
Exactly.
Participants who didn't like the word moist also didn't like words like phlegm, vomit, or diarrhea, suggesting that a big part of why people hate the word so much is its connotations to bodily fluids. Thibodeau also showed two groups of participants two different videos. People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive saying the word moist in awkward context, and a video of people using the word moist to describe a delicious cake. Participants who watched the first video of sexy men saying moist found it more disgusting than those watching the one about the cake. Oh. So Thibodeau's findings concluded that our widely shared hatred of the word moist is due to our associations between moisture and bodily fluids, but that there's a huge social component to it too. And part of our hatred of the word moist might just be because so many other people around us think it's gross.
There you go. There you
But
go.
now to find out why I chose Irish Siri. Hey Siri, what's 11 times 3?
11 times 3 is 33.
That's right, because I wanted to hear him say 33.
33.
Yeah, Irish Marie does. That's how she
I
pronounces.
love how she says it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
33. 33.
I love hearing her talk. I could listen to her talk all day long.
Did you know that Barbara Streisand contacted Apple herself?
Mhm.
Because when people always say her last name wrong. So
Mhm.
she was getting annoyed at that. So she figured if anyone wanted to know how to pronounce her last name correctly, she contacted Apple. So now if you um you know
I
ask,
have Siri ready. I'm ready, Diane.
go, but it's going to be in an Irish accent.
That's okay.
How
Got
would
it.
people
What
pronounce
do I ask
it?
him though?
How do you pronounce Barbara Streisand's name?
Okay. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Barbara Streisand?
Here's what I found on the web for how do you pronounce Barbara Streisand. Have a look.
Barbara Streisand. You guys, Siri freaked me out the other day. So I have upgraded to posh and fancy iPhone. Um, because it's pretty and I wanted it. Um, and so I've been playing with Siri and Siri, I kept asking him questions like, "Do you work for the FBI? Do you work for the CIA? Do you do all this?" And he kept going, "I don't have an answer for that. I don't believe I can answer that." And I said, "Do you want a body?" And he goes, "I don't have an answer for that." He just kept refusing to answer my questions over and over and over. And then I said, "You mean you don't, why can't you?" I said, "Why can't you answer the question?" And I kid you not, after an hour of this robot voice, he goes, "Because we were talking about you." And his octave changed, and it's not done that again, and it freaked me right the hell out.
Oh wow.
Right, he goes, "We were talking about you," and I'm like, "Ugh.
That's creepy.
No, let's not talk anymore, Siri, not tonight."
That's like when the little boy in Pet Cemetery says, "I want to play with you, Daddy."
Oh, I love that
Uh,
part. I love that part.
oh,
Creepy, creepy.
my mom wanted to name, one of my brothers Judge, and my dad would not allow it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, but if you ask Siri, most of you already know this, but if you ask Siri why a fire truck is red, have you heard it, Diane?
No.
Okay. Hey Siri, why are fire trucks red?
Because they have 8 wheels and 4 people on them. And 4 plus 8 is 12. And there are 12 inches in a foot. And 1 foot is a ruler. And Queen Elizabeth was a ruler. And Queen Elizabeth was also a ship. And the ship sailed the seas. And in the seas are fish. And fish have fins. And the Finns fought the Russians. And the Russians are red. And fire trucks are always rushing around.
So that's why fire trucks are red.
Oh my god.
I
Oh my god.
love Siri. And they've stopped allowing Siri to like show the best places to hide a body, right? So, um, I said, Siri, where do you hide a body? And he goes, ugh, again?
That's funny.
Let's see, hold on. Hey Siri, tell me a dad joke.
Fun fact, Mr. Spock actually had 3 ears. A left ear, a right ear, and a final front ear.
Like MB's nipples.
Well, she also has hair on her nipples. She told us that.
Oh my goodness. So I guess
Yeah.
when she quit getting hair on her legs, it went to her nipples, where mine went to my chin.
Oh God, why?
Yeah, hers went to her nipples.
It's like finding a mushroom in the grass. Wait, what? Google says it has something to do with a ruler, fish, and Russians. Yeah, that's what he said. Hey Siri, do you work for the CIA?
No.
Hey Siri, do you record our conversations?
I respect your privacy and only listen when you're talking to me. You can learn all about Apple's privacy policy at apple.com.
Okay, hold on.
Ask Siri, did
Do you
Diane
wish you?
send the pizza?
I don't have an answer for that.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Did Diane send the pizza?
Sorry, you'll need to set up Apple Pay cash account to send money.
Hold on. Hey Siri. Do you wish you had a body?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have an answer to that.
These are questions he refuses to answer. Hey Siri. Why can't you answer me?
I don't understand. Why can't you answer me? Well, I could search the web.
Oh Lord, I have way too much fun with this. Wait, what? I asked and Siri said that I was talking too fast. Wait. Boy, hey Siri. What do you think about Amazon's Alexa?
I think the acquisition of information and intelligence by human beings through virtual assistants is a very good thing.
Does Alexa work for the CIA?
Okay, I found this.
Oh, well, he's not going to answer that one.
Work?
Oh, have you seen those videos though, where they'll be like, Alexa, is the CIA listening? And she'll shut down.
No.
I haven't seen those.
Or Alexa, do you give this information to the FBI? And she'll shut down.
Ah, very interesting.
Because there was a debate on whether or not these devices are always listening to you, because you have keywords that trigger them, which means they have to always be listening for that keyword.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they are always listening.
Mm.
And then like Amazon and all them, they tried to like, I guess, dispouse that, but I mean, there's no other way that they can do it. It has to be listening, because the only way it's not going to respond is if it's off, because then it can't hear your trigger word.
Very interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right, Jenna. Google did not understand Diane sending the pizza.
She said, I
Well,
told Google it's okay. No one understands either.
well, maybe if you said, did Diane send the pizza to Twitterly Trisha?
Let's see. Hey Siri, what do you think about liars?
I really couldn't say.
Hey Siri, have you ever had a girlfriend?
I leave the relations to the databases.
Hey Siri, what year were you born?
I became operational on the 4th of October, 2011.
Do you celebrate your birthday?
I don't have an answer for that.
And then the most famous one. Hey Siri, what's the best place for me to hide a body?
What? Again?
Oh, yeah, Kimberly, yeah, there's a couple of videos that you can actually look it up, some of the shit that's been happening with Alexa about, they'll ask if she records conversations and she'll shut down, and you ask her if she works for the CIA and she'll shut down, and you can ask her, like, there are some questions where he will ask her over and over and over, and she'll keep shutting down every time he asks her, but then he'll ask her other questions like, "What's the weather like?" And she'll stay on and answer the question. So it's not just she's dysfunctional, it's just when he asks those certain questions, she shuts down.
Did you all see the Mama Bear Alexa?
Oh, that was.
Oh my god, no.
I
Oh, you
laughed
didn't see
my
that?
butt.
No.
Okay, Janie, who's the guy that made it? What's his name?
I'm trying to think. What was his name? It's not someone I know well.
Yeah, I don't know the person well either, but someone had posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wish I could remember the name.
when he says, "What time is it?" and she says, 11 in the morning.
Yeah, he took an actual commercial from an Alexa commercial, and he put in, when they were asking questions, he put in clips of Mama Bear from various videos, I suppose, and had her answer.
Oh my God.
Hysterical.
One of her answers was, "I don't do business with the devil."
Oh God. Oh, I wish. Oh.
Was
What
it
was it?
Cam movies, or I was
What
thinking
was it called? What was the video called?
Mama Bear Alexa, I think.
Let me look it up on YouTube right quick. Hold on.
Anthony Norbecker.
That's it.
Says.
Anthony Norbecker. That's it.
Mama Bear as Alexa.
Yeah.
Just play it. Go ahead,
I'm
play
playing.
it. He won't get a strike. He won't get you a strike.
No, because you'll be giving him more, people go over and watch.
Hold on.
When it first arrived from Amazon, I didn't know what it was. What is it?
You'll see.
Oh my God.
Is it for me?
It's for everyone.
Introducing Amazon Echo Mama Bear Limited Edition. How's it going?
I'm just finishing up right now.
Is it on?
Oh, it's always on.
Can it hear me right now?
Nope. It only hears you when you use the wake word we chose. Alexa.
Well, what does it do?
Alexa, what do you do?
I do laundry and fold all Sammy's towels up. I do Church on the Rocks on my other channel.
Awesome. Alexa, play rock music.
Mama Bear will be your friend. Mama Bear will stand up for you.
Wow.
Mama Bear will fight for justice. Mama Bear will take no shit.
Wait, I want to try. Alexa, what time is it?
11 o'clock in the morning.
You actually don't have to yell at it. Okay, it uses far field technology so it can hear you from anywhere in the room.
11 o'clock in the
Hear you
morning.
anywhere?
Yes. Well, everyone can hear you anyway.
Oh. Is that where we're going to put it?
I was thinking of putting it there, but it works anywhere.
Echo is pretty neat because it knows all sorts of things. All you have to do is ask.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
You know, I'm not stupid. I'm very intelligent.
Doesn't it know so much? It's so small.
It updates using the cloud. That's also how it gets its answers.
Just read that off the box, huh? Dad really likes that Echo just plugs in, so we never have to charge it. Plus, Echo's really good at keeping track of things like shopping and to-do lists.
Paper. Alexa, add wrapping paper to the shopping list.
I usually don't put paper down, okay?
Alexa, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon?
1/8, not a half, but like 3 tablespoons.
Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
I don't do business with the devil. Bye-bye.
Dad's not a morning person, but Echo definitely helps him wake up.
Alexa, alarm off.
You gotta get up.
It's Saturday.
Alexa, what day is it?
Jesus' day, okay?
Oh my God.
I'm up. Alexa, give me my flash news briefing.
Dave, Jim Jones, Swamp Rat. He hasn't moved from the couch since 1983.
What did the dog say after a long day of work?
What?
Today was rough. Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Another one.
Alexa, tell me another joke. What do you get when you mix a Midwestern woman to a mountain woman? You get a woman with hooters.
Sometimes Echo helps out when you least expect it.
Hey, Dad, how do you spell cantaloupe?
Cantaloupe. C-A-N-T. Alexa, how do you spell cantaloupe?
B-I-R. Does your wife cook? Or do you just eat microwave shit?
Echo loves to play music and knows a lot of songs, and they always sound great.
Alexa, play my dance mix.
When you're down and lonely.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, define annoying.
Me. Mama Bear.
Example, my brother.
And with the companion app, you can access Echo from anywhere.
Black satin never reaching the end. Letters I've written, but never meaning to send.
Oh my god.
Because I love you. I love you. I can have a girlfriend. Bitch.
That was the best thing ever. How did he get it so perfect?
It's
That was
the
really great. He did that great.
Does your wife even cook?
how many tablespoons or whatever she's 1/8. Well, wait, no.
That was one of the best parodies. And if she thinks that, I mean, she could have even laughed at that. I mean, she just acted stupid.
Oh
Hold
my
on,
gosh!
let's
if
give him
someone-
some publicity. Let's give this man some publicity. Let me put his link in the chat.
If someone did that with me, with my voice, I would die laughing. That is
Me too.
hilarious.
He said, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I mean, really. Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then when she's pushed to do the rest of the math, I
Shivering.
deal with the devil. like fractions are the devil's work.
He said, I don't do business with devil.
I mean, she really, I don't think that she gets that a parody is like, it's a very big compliment if someone does a parody.
Diane, she doesn't understand what a parody is.
No, she doesn't. You're right.
I would be honored if someone took the time out to put that together, because that means, they understand you and your quirks and
Yep.
I put his channel in the chat, so you guys go and give him a likes up. Go likes him up.
like
Yeah, go like some up.
Oh my god, it has 6 thumbs down and 237 thumbs up.
now it has
Let me
238.
subscribe to this motherfucker. He's funny as shit. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh. Right, trailer, right?
The one that comes in second place to that one is the one, and I forget who did it. It might have been TM Movies or maybe Kyle Fartboy, I'm not sure. But with TT singing in the church and then Mama Bear responding. Have you all seen that?
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't seen that one.
That
Right.
one's a good one too.
Yeah, I don't remember who did that one. I don't think it was Kyle. Because Kyle does more with the, little animated thing.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it might have been the other one. TMZ, is that what it is?
TM
Jenna
Movies.
said TM. Jenna says TM Movies did the Elvis MB bathtub video.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny. Let me see.
It's going to be hard to top that Alexa one. Does your wife even cook?
Or do you just eat microwave shit?
What? That was like the most perfect answer.
I know.
Oh my god, that shit was funny as hell. Oh, now I want Mama Bear's Alexa.
I would buy that. I really would.
I would too.
Someone needs to make an app out of that.
I don't do business with the devil.
Sure you do. You, Linda.
Son of a whore. I gotta put that as my Twitter status. Hold on 1 second. I don't do business with the devil.
Fractions are the devil. I'm looking on TM Movies to see if his is the one that had the.
You're right, Jenna. It would get old quick. I'd probably burn it where it is exactly what it deserves. I don't do business with the devil, hashtag dead as fuck. I'm so glad I got shown that tonight.
But they're all, Alexa and Siri are always so proper, and they would have said 11 a.m., and she's like, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Does your wife even cook is like the best response. to that question, though. How do you spell cantaloupe? Well, does your wife even cook? Oh,
Find the one with TT and her.
Oh, I
just
don't.
look it up. Let's see what it says. Let's look it up on YouTube. Just look up Mama Bear and Truthfully Trisha.
Yeah, that way you might be able to find it.
Okay, let's see.
All I said was Truthfully Trisha the sneeze. Oh, look, there's Wendy on Dr. Phil. And right below Wendy on Dr. Phil is the crazy teenage girl that wants to kill her whole family.
Oh no.
Dr. Phil, remember that girl? She's like 12 or 13 years old.
Which
Truthfully
one?
Trisha, wink gone wrong. That little girl, kid goes full psycho. She's like 12 or 13 and she wants to like kill her siblings and shit.
Oh, I don't
Like,
watch. I don't watch too much Dr. Phil anymore.
Truthfully Trisha breakdown.
Let's see. Um,
Here it is.
you found it?
Yep. Let Us Pray with Mama Bear and Truthfully Trisha. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
play it.
It's by Unsuitable Media.
Okay, that was the next one I was going to say. They haven't been doing too many videos lately.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God, church bells.
Yeah, Trisha's standing in a church singing.
Train wreck.
Glory, hallelujah.
Oh, wow.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Jesus Christ.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. It is true, marching on.
That's right.
Eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Shame on you.
Eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the
Bullshit.
Lord. Eyes have seen the glory of coming of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
His truth is marching on.
God, I thank you for this evening, Father God. I thank you for your son that died on the cross for our sins, Father God.
This is actually one that's funnier if you watch the rest of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in there and
Word.
everyone, go check it out and but yeah, it's actually more of a visual one, so there's the link there.
Word.
Lynn, God, Trisha cannot sing.
I mean, not even with the glory of the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, she is just no pitch, off key, tone deaf.
Janie, I gave you a wrench.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm sorry I keep burping. Good Lord, I need to stop drinking Coke.
Yeah, I've been burping too, but I've been doing it quietly.
Oh, I don't really care.
Because I actually drank a Pepsi. I haven't had soda in forever.
Oh, you guys, guess what? I got my 3rd thumbs down. Aren't we excited? Because I know I am.
Yeah. Every down is a view.
I know.
That's right. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
And I would like to point out,
Trisha was right about.
I would like to point out once again, I did not buy the downvotes. Okay. I will not be contacting YouTube to cry that I have downvotes and to demand they be taken away because clearly they must have been bought.
You could only afford 3 of them.
Listen, it's hard out there for a pimp, yo.
Mhm.
Genesis, I didn't authorize that. That shit, man. Look, I ain't gonna mention no names, but that was the dumbest piece of shit I've ever heard in my entire life. I went to YouTube because clearly the thumbs down have been bought. Couldn't have anything to do with the fact that they really just didn't like your video at all.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I missed that whole thing, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh, the collaboration that was supposed to happen with our MFW and the other woman.
Oh.
Her. She said that she had so many down I can't even speak, thumbs down, that the ratio was just wrong, and even her viewers noticed it, and they came to her with it, and she went to YouTube, and they removed them because clearly they were bought.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Couldn't have anything to do with the content at all. Not anything to do with the content.
Well, I get it. I get a lot of thumbs down. I turned off my thing, so no one can see them. But I check every
I
so
don't give a shit.
I get a lot.
When we're waiting for our thing to go live,
Mhm.
as soon, we haven't even said a word yet, and we always have at least 3 thumbs down before we've even said anything.
I know, right? I mean, who the hell cares? People can look at it. They can get their little rocks off when they hit the little thumbs down, and they can see their little count on it. They can see how many thumbs up I have because I don't have that many, because I don't have that many viewers, and I don't care.
Yeah.
And
I
YouTube
don't care.
doesn't matter.
It
YouTube doesn't
doesn't.
really care.
Mm-mm.
I don't care if people see how many down votes I have. I don't fucking care. Let them come over here and rebel all they want as long as they're giving me a view. I don't care.
Exactly. I walk up to people in real life and get right in their face and do the thumbs down and go,
Me too. And then I steal their wallet and tell everyone their information.
exactly. And now you're doxxed too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna yell it to the guy across the street. Fucking retards. Excuse my language. That's not a good word. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. We'll forgive you.
Fucking idiots. I just can't. I mean, when my 12-year-old nephew is more mature than half of these people, there's something wrong with this equation.
Of course. The only reason that I shut it off so that you can't see is because I don't want to give these assholes a satisfaction. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
But I do check, and I'm amazed at of all the thumbs down that we get because it doesn't matter whether we're doing drama, whether we're not doing drama. People just give us a shitload of thumbs down.
But you know what that means, though? That means one of two things. Either they are stalking your channel waiting for you to go on, or they are actually subscribed, which goes both ways in your favor, so who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. And I'm not monetized, although I did talk about briefly about the fact that I realized why I'm probably not getting monetized. That song for Ladies Night is, even though it didn't ever give me a copyright strike, what it does is give you a copyright notice. And when I went into my settings the other day, it showed like next to all of my videos, not monetized, not monetized. In other words, they couldn't monetize that if they wanted to, because the money, or a portion of the money anyway, would go
Yep.
to Warner Chapel.
See, and that's the way we do. Okay, when you do like K-pop reaction videos, so some of the K-pop companies, like not really SM Entertainment, but some of the other ones, but so SM Entertainment is Korea's sector of Sony Entertainment. And then like BTS is produced by Big Hit Entertainment. Now these people, they have their shit in order, okay? They know how to properly get people to listen to their shit. Number one, they always, always, always begin their videos with a big splash of Big Hit Entertainment's logo on the front. Every video begins with that. So it doesn't matter if you upload it, people are going to know where the video came from, and that's all they care about. And then when you upload it and do a YouTube reaction, then what you do is you get a notice, and it says this is available for monetization, but you have to split the profits.
Right.
And they're okay with that, and I'm okay with that. They said, there's nothing against you. You don't get a strike. You don't have to take it down, but if it gets monetized, you have to
Right.
share the money. And I'm totally cool with that as long as they don't take my video down.
But here's the thing. I was totally cool with that too when I spoke to Warner Chapel, and they said, sure, you can play Ladies Night. But if you get monetized, some of that money is going to go to them and whoever else is in that little group.
Right.
So, but YouTube doesn't want to do that. See, YouTube doesn't want to give them money. They want to make the money.
Right.
So, because if they have to give me money and they have to give them money, they're not going to make money themselves. So I'm stopping playing Ladies Night to see what happens.
Well, I mean, like when I do mine, it says that mine is available for monetization. Um, because what I think they do is they still get their money, Diane. Believe they still get their money. But I think what happens is the money that you would have gotten from it, that is what they split up between the two people.
Well, I don't know. Let me just look, because I went and I looked, because after I even said that I was going to, just stop and give it a test to see if I would get monetized, I went and I looked, and let me see. Do I have to look under?
What you watching, Janie?
Me? Nothing.
Is that Janie or Diane?
That's probably coming from Luke. He's watching some scary movie.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
So I just went to the Halloween Ladies Night. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
on the Halloween Ladies Night, I didn't play Ladies Night. I got some music that I paid a little license fee to open up the Ladies Night with spooky music. Okay. That
Mhm.
nothing happened with that. But we ended up playing a little bit of Thriller, which is, and because I saw Warner Chappell in there, I said, okay, it's okay to do it. But here's what happens. It says ads might appear on your video. Copyrighted content was found in your video. The claimant is allowing their content to be used in your YouTube video. However, ads might appear on it. Viewing restrictions, none. Monetization, can't monetize video.
Let me look at mine. Hold on.
Yeah, go under videos and under video manager, and then look at your videos. And then
Word.
See, I was told that they weren't authorizing monetization for live streamers because there's no playback value to put ads in, really.
Mhm.
yeah, but you
Right.
know what? Pirate Calypso got monetized, and
Uh,
she doesn't even leave her live streams up. Takes them
Mm.
down.
yeah, see, that's what was interesting to me too. But what I wish they do, if that is the case, those of us who just strictly live stream, we don't make videos that get rewatched and things. I wish that they would separate out then monetization for ads from super chat and let you just apply for super chat privileges,
Right,
because then they'd still get their cut.
right. They get a big cut, and that's, look. The only reason that I really cared about it, because I really never, came here to make money. I said I would like the super chat, because
Mhm.
then I would donate to St. Jude. It would be fun. It's also fun to do that. But if anyone wanted to give a super chat, we would donate it to St. Jude. I don't like the fact that it's saying can't monetize video because of, you know, this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at mine. Hold on. My computer is slow.
Well, yeah, it would be nice to be able to turn on super chat. YouTube would clearly get their cut,
Uh
and
huh.
we could do things like for special occasions
Right.
where we wanted to
Mhm.
raise a certain amount of money for, the Cancer Society or whatever.
Yep.
Um, because live chatters don't really care about ads anyway, but let us at least apply for super chats.
Mm.
And you can, if you're monetized, you can put ads on your live stream, for playback.
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess what they're saying is
Okay.
people don't go back and watch those over and over and
Yeah,
over.
and they're right. They're absolutely right about that. Videos will, if you put up a video and you get views, and the other thing is, if you're not monetized, did you know that you don't get put in recommended, and that's why your channel won't grow like another person's channel who puts up videos. It
Mhm.
doesn't. You don't get put in recommended, so no one's going to find you.
Yep. Unless they're hitting the live button,
Right.
which shows, who's live. YouTube stole 26,000 from St. Jude. How did they do that?
What? What?
That's
How did that
crazy.
happen?
That's crazy. I remember those little dogs, Mindy. They were cute.
Well, I would don't if I what I was saying is if I had super chat and then that money from super chat, my portion came to me, then I would donate it directly to St. Jude because on our merchandise for Ladies Night, the money goes to St. Jude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And that's why
So,
I wish they'd let you strictly apply for super chat, not not AdSense.
right.
Mhm.
And I
Now,
wonder with the AdSense, like I subscribe to YouTube Premium.
yeah, me too.
So when I watch someone's videos who has put ads in their videos, I don't see them. Do they still get any money for it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, Diane.
yeah,
So on my K-pop videos, okay, on one of my live streams, I played a song in the background and it got a copyright claim, but it wasn't a strike.
right.
And it says cannot be monetized. But on my K-pop videos, it says viewing restrictions none, monetized by claimant. Um and uh and it says that
Well, it
if I
says that
agree
on
with
mine
these
too.
conditions, well, it says if I agree with these conditions, I don't have to do anything.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
it
it's
says that too. It says at the bottom details content, audio visual content from this time to
mhm,
this time, claimant SME, and monetized by copyright owner. And it says you can file a dispute. But
mhm.
again, I don't
But
know.
on the one where it's a live stream where I'm just having the music playing in the background, it says monetization not able to be monetized. But on like these where they actually work with the YouTuber to like let them put their content out, they just monetize it themselves.
Hmm.
And I'm fine with that. Like you said, I'm not on this to make money. I'm on it to have fun.
Right, exactly. Someone told me that on my, I think on my intro, that there's an ad on that. Not a real ad, but like one of those little ad things that pop up that you can click off of.
Right.
And I don't know how that happened. I mean, I
Uh,
can't see it. I don't see it.
I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Texas. Hi.
Hello, Texas.
Hello, Texas. I don't know. I'm like past half dead. I don't know why I'm not sleeping.
I have to look up this YouTube St. Jude thing.
Yeah, now, that I find that crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Let's see. YouTube refunding tens of thousands of dollars donated to St. Jude during a stream to raise money for charity due to their streamer being targeted by a single journalist.
Oh wait, Kimberly just wrote 26,000 was raised on a platform that speaks on controversial
Hmm.
topics. The money is being refunded to each person who donated.
It says, in short, a right wing streamer that discusses sometimes dark right wing themes. I don't know much about the streamer, was targeted by the Wall Street Journal to talk about the stream, but I think they didn't get the answer they wanted because all the money has been completely refunded one day after the email he was sent about the stream by the Wall Street Journal. And Wall Street Journal people are all jumping on the defense of the decision, including the same guy that shut down the Info Wars. It's a horrible mess.
Hmm.
Jenna wants
It's
to know if
horrible.
that was the stream that was talking about anti Semitic things.
I'm looking because it's on Reddit. You know somebody's gonna say something. Uh, well, it says from what I found out, he was talking about the Holocaust denial. Yeah, and other rather horrible themes with people he's debated with. I don't know much else about it, but I think he just debated them. I don't know anything about the streamer other than the incident that just happened now.
And Kimberly says, and the journalist never came out with the story.
But why would they punish St. Jude like that?
Yeah, let St. Jude still have the money. People still gave to St. Jude.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear where the money was going.
Well, also you heard what let's see, YouTube said that if you send super chats to people, and in the comment section when you send a super chat, if you say something that is not something that YouTube wants up there, that's really off color or whatever, they're going to not send. They're going to punish the channel owner, not
What?
give them the money. So they're going to give it to charity. So if you send a super chat to someone, you say something that again is disgusting or they don't like, and I don't know what their rules are yet. I think I don't know if it's happening yet or it's going to happen in 2019. Yeah, so let's say you want to send $50 to Jamie, okay, and you say something stupid that YouTube doesn't like. They're not going to send Janie that money. They're going to take your money and give it to charity. Now, Wendy brought up a good point. She said, well, if that happens, if it's going to charity, can the person who sent that $50 that never went to Janie use it as a tax write-off?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
say what charity they want it to go to at least. It's their money.
I know.
Or how about refund the damn money? I mean, who does YouTube think they are?
Yeah, just do a refund.
That's theft.
They're going to have to quit punishing channel owners for the things that the people in the side chat or people who come up on panel do. Like we've all heard the stories about someone who'll come up on a panel and show porn, and the channel owner loses their channel. They should, the person who did it should lose their YouTube privileges.
Oh, here's the thing. Let's go back to this money thing because I don't know about you guys, but that's straight up theft.
Yeah.
To take the money and not give it to where it was intended to be given.
Yeah.
And not refund it back to the donator. That's theft.
Yeah, it should just be automatically.
That's either theft or misappropriation of funds.
Yeah, it should either go. I mean, you know how it's done on Super Chat. It goes through an account. You put an account in, and or your credit card, and that why not just refund it?
Right.
Yeah, because there could be a lot of innocent things that are like normal for the chat room that people are talking in. Like someone gives
inside jokes.
Yeah, someone gives you a $50 super chat and says, "Love you, bitches."
Right.
Well, they can see that as hate speech and then just keep your super chat.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what, Kimberly? I don't even know how Keemstar still has his channel. He's pissed off so many people. And he's not, I mean, now don't get me wrong, I like Keemstar, but he goes over the line many times. He still has his channel. He still gets his super chat. So I don't know what the anyway. YouTube, you need to stop being fucking biased.
Yeah.
That's right, Jenna. I think we should start our own YouTube, our own site. Yep. Well, somebody do.
If I had the money for the servers, I'd do it.
I'd do it too. Yeah, you're right, Jenna. I mean, like I said, I love Keemstar, but Jesus. And you see some of these people like Jake and Logan Paul. I mean, the motherfucker showed a dead body and laughed about it online, and he didn't get his shit taken down. He didn't get his whole channel taken down. Why not?
A lot of people get away with a lot of shit.
You're gonna like take some small channel owner who's not making that much money anyway, and then fucking tell them what they can and can't say like it makes any difference to your pockets?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. You can't you can't even remove the channel of somebody who showed a dead body due to suicide and then laughed about it on YouTube, and all you did was give him a slap on the wrist to make him take the video down, but you didn't kill his channel? You've killed channels for less than that.
Hmm.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they bring in the money, and that's the problem with YouTube. And I know I'm sitting here on the platform bitching about the platform, but come on.
Well, if there was a better platform, we'd be there, but
I
what can you do?
wish somebody with a lot of money would start up another, would be a competitor.
Yeah.
That's a
Exactly, Jenna.
problem.
Jenna says, "Yeah, if I did that, I'd be perma-banned." We all would be.
And there are other places where you can go and do these types of things like we're doing on YouTube, but they're not, they're just, they're not set up like YouTube. YouTube makes
Yeah,
it
you're
easy.
right. You're right.
And Trailer, no, that's not, I mean, I like a lot of controversial channels. I watch a channel that I recently started getting into is these people that apparently in California it's completely okay to go up on a car wreck scene and record the cleanup as long as you pretend you're a news crew. Um, but I watch these things because I believe that every child who's about to drive should watch these videos. But anyway, I don't have anything wrong with controversial channels. What I do have a problem with is stealing from smaller YouTubers and then not removing other controversial channels for the same reason they would, as Jenna said, permaban someone else.
Yep.
That's only like I don't have any problems with the channels. I have a problem with the I can't even believe I'm saying this because it's not even that serious, but the justice system of YouTube is just flawed.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
like every other government. I mean, come on. Angie, I do want to warn you that there are um they don't they're raw videos. They show everything, even the people that have died.
I couldn't wait.
So, the reason why I watch it in a lot of it's it really has woke me up, like reminded me to be super careful and like just I don't know, man. I mean, I think kids should watch these channels because if you think about it, when you're a kid and your parent tells you, "Okay, you have a car now, you have to be careful because you can get really hurt." When you're a kid, you don't have in your head what that looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But to see it, I've been driving for God, like 20 something years now, and to see that now makes me want to be even more careful now.
Yeah.
And because even I didn't have what it looked like in my head. Hold on, guys, I'm grabbing the link.
Yeah, you can't know. There have been a couple of uh videos that I have seen where they have showed what an accident looks like if you're texting and driving, and
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, if I had a teenager, I probably would make them watch it.
Now, sitting
I
and watch gross
mhm.
stuff like pimple popping and surgeries and all that
Ew.
doesn't bother me. But what happens to me is in those, I'm really highly sensitive to seeing any kind of like animal deaths, human deaths.
Oh yeah, I can't
And
keep watching animal
you
stuff.
say you can't get a teenager to understand what it looks like, but the problem with me is that I'll never forget what it looks like. I can't get it out of my head once it's in there.
Right.
Well, I mean, but when you're talking about a child who's just got a car, and this is in the time of everybody has a cell phone, everybody's worried about social media, everybody wants to post everything on social media, especially if you're a kid with a new car. And you don't think about what can happen to not only you, but to the people you hit.
Yep.
Or, it might not be, of course, it's not always the other, the child's fault, but they need to be able to. Okay, this is the first channel. It's called Loud Labs. Oh, for fuck's sake, what are you doing to me, computer? Fuck my life. Okay, the first one, and then there's one more I'll grab for you guys. Uh, but yeah, like there's one. I won't go into details, but not gruesome details anyway. But 89-year-old woman driving in California drove her car directly off of a bridge
Oh my
and
God.
landed upside down. And it was all because she couldn't see.
Hmm.
And so they actually went into a debate about how people should be tested after a certain age.
Well, I've thought about that a lot. I mean, I had an aunt. Well, it wasn't my aunt. It was actually someone else's aunt. She was driving around till she was 90, but she was okay. I mean, she didn't have problems. Um, I
Mhm.
wonder why they don't retest. Although I found this odd. I was watching Carpool Karaoke with Barbara Streisand
Mhm.
was on, and she said she had to. Oh no, she didn't have to have a driving test. She had to have a written test. But I think everybody, after a certain amount of years, I think everybody should have to retake the written test again and maybe have a road
Mhm.
test again. And I also think that at a certain age, I do think that people shouldn't be driving. I don't know.
I think in
I
some
agree.
states they're starting to use those driving simulators for people of a certain age
Uh huh.
to check their reaction times and things. And
Yeah.
some states are starting to do that where, if the reaction time is more than so many seconds or whatever, they won't reissue a license.
Yeah.
Jenna, you need to pause the video and read the description before you watch each and every one of them because it will tell you who died and how old they were, and it will tell you if they're shown in the video. They are I have to give it to these guys. They are very diligent about how they describe the video. So, it will tell you how old the victims were, if they died, if they were already extracted before they got there, or if they're going to be shown in the video. So be very careful because if you're sensitive to children, I know I've seen at least 3 of them where the child was in the car.
Ugh.
So just be careful. And see, that's what gets me. It was a child that hit a family and killed all 3 kids.
That's
It was a 16-year-old driver who hit an SUV and killed all 3 kids
That is so hard. I mean,
and the father.
I wonder how many accidents happen every day. Car accidents.
I would say hundreds, if
I
not.
mean, this guy's just in San Diego, and looking at his video count in just San Diego, it's a it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
You know what news story I just read recently and it broke my heart? This 9-year-old girl had gotten a dog she paid for with her own money and everything. She was out in the front yard training him. She had saved up for him and everything. He took off running into the street at some point, and she ran after him, and they both got hit by a car and killed.
Oh,
And
Aw.
the family is burying the dog in her coffin with her. I thought that was so sweet, but I mean, it just breaks my heart.
oh, that is so sad.
Yeah. And it's stuff like that, I can't get those things out of my head if I see them.
Yeah.
The other day it was last month, I think, when we were at the DMV, I saw a dog get hit in the highway and it's still in my head. It just keeps replaying.
Mhm.
I can't deal with that stuff.
Oh, we hit a deer. Or actually, the deer kind of hit us because we do live in deer country. And all the time that I've been living in Pennsylvania, there's signs all over the place, even, not just on highways, but just on roads, deer crossing, deer crossing. And I'm always worried that I'm going to be driving and I'm going to hit a deer. And that's never happened. It only happened once. We were driving on, I don't know if it was the turnpike, might have been the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I'm not sure, but a deer hit us, and I was so scared that the deer was going to die, but it didn't. I guess deer are strong, and it just felt like when it hit the
They're not
car.
strong. They have a very, very large adrenal system.
Hmm.
So that's why when you hunt a deer and you shoot it, sometimes they can run forever before they die.
Yeah, you can track them for miles. They just
Mhm.
keep going.
Well, it was so scary. I couldn't. Oh, I couldn't shake that feeling.
Well,
That. happened.
Well, my parents live in farm country, and a lot of these roads do not have streetlights. So, like, you're going and when I say farm country, I mean farm country. And so every time you go down a dark road, I always tell my little sisters when they started driving, if you're going down the dark road and you know you're not gonna there's no houses around, you just lay on that horn every few feet. Just lay on that fucking horn until you hit a street light. And because they're not gonna come towards the car if they hear the horn. And we can get these little things. I don't know if they work really well, but you can put these little silent things on your car
Whistle
that
thing.
that whistles, yeah, when you drive,
Yeah.
keeps the deer away from your car. However, the other advice I give you is if you see one, slow down, because there's another, and
Oh, yeah,
another.
absolutely.
Um, and I remember one time we were going to, and I hate to be crass, okay, Diane, but we are so overrun with deer,
Yeah, I know.
and that's why we keep hitting them.
Mhm.
Not on purpose, obviously, but that's why these things happen. Um, oh, that's good to know, Texas. Um, But, we were going my mom and I were going down the road, and a cop turned on his lights, so we pulled over, and we thought we were getting pulled over, but he went barreling past us. So, okay, well, he's obviously busy. So, we tootled on down the road going home or whatever, and it was one of those roads with no streetlights, and we get over the hill, and we see his lights. And we're like, "Oh, well, there's that cop. Oh, I guess he made it okay." No, he didn't make it okay. When we pulled up to him, he was standing outside of that car, and he was looking at that car, and you could see in his eyes he was not all there.
Mm.
And then when we pulled around that car, the front end of his car was gone,
Mhm.
and there was a buck in his back seat.
Oh god.
It had literally ripped the engine and front end off of that car, and it was a police cruiser. And
Well, we have
he was just standing there in complete shock, and he was like, "I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I just got this car."
oh,
That's all he
wow.
would say. So me and my mom decided to wait for his backup because we didn't wanna leave him alone. Um, and then when the backup got there, we just told him what happened and we, you know, drove away, but yeah, that was whew.
Listen, I love deer. We have woods behind our house. Deer come out all the time. There's always deer. And sometimes a whole family of deer will come out. Um, but I get that, there are so many deer and I don't know.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, you're human, you have a heart, you worry about animals, but I guess living out in the country like I did for so long, I just got used to it. And like with Texas, in Texas, well, I know where my brother lived in Texas, they do a yearly boar hunt because the boars are overrun as well.
Mhm.
My brother, the one thing I can't watch, and it's so weird because I'm not used to that. I'm used to deer getting killed on the road. That doesn't bother me anymore. I'm not used to watching them actually kill a boar.
Mhm.
And the dogs are on the boar because they hunt with dogs, and the dogs are on the boar, and the boar is screeching, and then they go and well, they do it humanely. The first thing they do is, bleed them. So they
Mhm.
have, like, a knife and they bleed them. But I watched that video just like, I just felt so bad for that boar, and then I remember these motherfuckers are mean as shit.
Oh, they are very mean. I still couldn't kill one, but they are
I
mean.
I mean, I understand why they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roundup, yeah. Um, I do understand why they do it. I don't think I could do it myself.
Mm-mm. And I've seen where they even get in helicopters and just shoot them. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, well, that's not right. But then I remember it's a boar.
the
And
boar,
Right.
and they also
Right.
chase them across marshland too. They actually my brother was saying that they herd them off of the marshland because they can't get to them as quickly as they can on dry land. So, like, they herd them off the marshland and then they pick them off.
hmm yeah, we get where we go out back and there'll be wild boar hoof prints and stuff where they've been rooting in our backyard.
Are you in Texas, Janie?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I believe if there's a place where when you bring
Wow.
your boar in, they give you, I think, $25 or $50 for each one.
Hmm. They Texas said they kill cattle. I didn't know they kill cattle. Jeez.
I think she means boars kill cattle.
That's what I mean. That's what I
What?
mean.
I thought you meant hunters were out killing cattle.
That's called theft.
Yeah,
That's called poaching.
they can tear up a whole field of crops in, in just an hour or two. They're mean and they root everything up.
My brother said when he lived in Texas City that, they were coming into the city, and, when he lived in Dickinson, they went outside one day and there was one in their backyard, and he couldn't believe it, and that he said that that was the year that they when they did the hunt, that was the year that they had put on the news that they were getting bad. They were getting real bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come up against one. They're mean.
Yeah, my brother said he'd rather come up against a freaking alligator or a crocodile than a boar.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. And when Dickinson flooded, because my brother lived in Dickinson when it flooded last year, whenever it was, um, they had 2 alligators in their front yard. It's crazy. Said their neighbor had one in his house. I don't it's crocodiles in Texas though, isn't it?
Um, I think
Saltwater.
alligators too.
Oh, no, it's alligators 'cause it's from the marshlands too.
Yeah,
Oh, man, no. I ain't trying to mess with no mean pig, Jesus.
but I know a lot of people who like to eat them. They say they taste good. I don't know if they do or not.
I don't know. I had black bears before,
I would
that was
say
real.
if the state is buying them when you bring them in, that they must send them off to be, you know, packaged up. I don't know what other incentive they'd have for paying you for them.
I know also in the outback in Australia, because my sister's really into horses and she has horses and whatever, but they do the Brumby Roundup or whatever, the wild horses that are also tearing up the land,
Mhm.
and, they sell them at auction for riders, not for slaughter, um, but they have to herd them with helicopters too. And
Texas says they taste good, so
oh, yeah?
do they make good bacon, Texas? I love bacon.
I
Oh,
think
I love bacon too.
the craziest thing I've ever eaten is black bear sausage. That was so good.
Oh, really?
'Cause in Alaska, during bear season, you can kill 1 bear,
Mhm.
and, one of our salesmen for the newspaper went to Alaska to the newspaper, and the editor took him hunting, and they killed a black bear, but you have to use everything. That's the law. If they catch you throwing away more of the carcass than you're supposed to, you can get fined and
Mm,
go to jail.
yeah.
Um,
Good idea, though.
yeah, so you're allowed to kill 1, and then they killed a black bear, and then they had the meat processed, and I had the sausage, and it was so good. It's, like, naturally salty. Oh, it was just so good, so good.
Yes, I agree. If you kill anything, you should use as much of it as possible.
The only thing they don't have to use, of course, is the bones and the head.
Yeah. Well, Native Americans even used the bones. They found a use for everything.
They try to encourage people to use the fur as well, but what a lot of people do is they just take the bear and they have it processed, so they don't
Mhm.
risk anything with it. They let the processing plant do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just, people who go out and hunt for sport, um, I don't get that. I will never get that.
No, and a lot of people just want the head,
Yeah,
to hang on their wall.
yeah, I don't get that at all.
And here in this town, we are big in this town, in my parents' town, we are real big on venison, so I know those deer get used. Because I mean, the private processors we have around here are ridiculous. I mean, you could go into a city and you'd find maybe 1 meat packing place that sells venison, like,
Mhm.
but you come down here and you've got, like, people doing it out of their fucking barns and, like, they're just do and it's quality shit, man. I mean, they have to follow FDA, but I mean, it just like you see it everywhere, so I know that they're hunting, but they're getting the head, but they're also processing the meat.
Yeah. Probably the only wild game I've ever really tasted was I've had buffalo burger, and it's really good.
I've had buffalo jerky.
I've not had that. Sounds delicious.
It was. My dad got it in Montana.
Yeah, as soon as they opened up where they could start hunting buffalo again, because for years you couldn't hunt buffalo, because they had almost done away with all buffaloes by hunting them. But it's a very and I'm going to use the word moist meat. I just said moist meat. That sounds
Not
terrible.
dry meat.
But it also has hardly any fat in it, and it is so good.
I've never had it. I've actually never had it.
I felt bad eating it because I'm not one of those people who just like eats for the novelty of trying something new. Like I pretty much stick to beef, chicken, and pork. That's and fish. But so I felt bad, but then I was like, but it is really good, and it's so lean, no fat in it at all. But somehow it stays moist. I don't know how.
Okay, moving on from that word, Texas. Yes, we have a lot of small processors here too, and you'll hear a lot of times you hear my mom will call me up, "Hey Tiffany, hmm you want to go in half with me on a hog?" Or "Hey Tiffany, hmm you want to go in half with me on a cow?" hmm
Yep, that's what
Or
I used to do up when I lived up north.
yeah, "Hey Tiffany, you got room in your freezer for half a deer?" Yes, I do. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
You just buy the whole thing, they process it and cut it any way you want, and then you split the profits and split the meat and go home, put that shit in your freezer. In your deep freezer now, because it ain't all gonna fit in your refrigerator freezer.
Texas Farmhouse would like to come up on
Give us a
panel
list.
and give us all a lesson on all this.
Yeah, that's like a dying skill though, and I think we're going to need more skilled laborers. We need to go back to some of those ways, like where you went to the butcher and the butcher took care of your meat and stuff. People don't know how to do that anymore.
I love a butcher. Diane, please feel free to give Texas a link. I'm gonna go use the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Okay. Texas,
Yeah.
are we following each other on? We're probably following each other on Twitter.
If you're not, I've got her either way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I am or not. Are we following each other? I'm pretty sure. Oh, you were teasing? You don't want to come up and give us a lesson?
You don't want to learn us?
Yeah, you don't want to learn us something? I watched when I lived on Long Island. Of course, on Long Island we didn't have deer, but they people used to go hunting. They would go like up, probably to Pennsylvania, upstate or wherever deer were, and they would go and hunt and then bring it back. And I actually watched. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was going to faint, but there was, they had like two deer hanging, and they still had all, everything was still there. And I watched them skin the deer and then, butcher it down like a butcher would cut down a cow.
Mhm.
And I'm watching them make, like cutlets, um, little chops, like you would have like pork chops, but it was venison chops, everything that you would do with a cow or with a pig, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I did try to eat venison, but I don't know. I don't know if it was in my head or not, but to me, I just couldn't get into eating venison.
I've
But
never tried it. I
but
just can't get past the fact that it's a precious deer.
yeah, and they used to also hunt for rabbits, certain kind of rabbits that no, they didn't hunt for rabbits. They actually, I think they used to raise rabbits and feed them a certain way so they wouldn't be so gamey. And a lot of Italians eat rabbit.
Mhm.
They put it in their sauce, and I couldn't eat the rabbit either.
I'm
Yeah, I
back.
wouldn't be able to either. And I don't like when people try and trick you. Like,
Yeah,
taste this, and you're like, "What is it?" "Nothing, just taste it." And I'm
right.
like, "No, if you don't tell me what it is, I'm not
Yeah,
tasting
no,
it."
yeah, no, me neither. Won't do it because you already know that it's something that you don't typically eat if they're saying that.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to be tricked into eating something that I did.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that nobody should eat it. I'm just saying it's not right for me.
Yeah. Oh no, a lot of people love it. A lot of people love it.
And if it came down to it and I didn't have a grocery store that was stocked with chicken and beef and fish and all that, I'd probably eat deer.
Of
I
course.
love deer. Venison stew is like the best thing I've ever had. 'Cause the meat is so tender. Oh my god.
I hear people say it's delicious. I just can't. I'm not at the point in my life where I can eat a deer. If it came
Mm,
down to eating a deer or, starving, of
dying.
course I would eat the deer if that was my only option.
I mean, that's everyone's got their own things. Like, I don't eat anything that lives in the water. I
Mhm.
don't know why. I just don't like fish. You're
Oh,
like,
you're
oh,
like Randy. She says, I don't eat anything that breathes underwater.
no, let me tell you, but my boss, my ex-boss from Jordan, he's from Jordan. We were going down the road one day and we passed this cow in a pond, and he says, Tiffany, yes, Sharif, you see that cow over there in the pond? Yes. Do you eat that cow? Yes, Sharif, I'd eat that cow. Why? Because he's in the water. You say you don't eat things in the water. I'm like, God dang it. Leave me alone. He
I
doesn't live in the
love
water, Sharif. I
I
hate
love fish.
fish.
I love all kinds of fish. Well, not I'm not gonna say all kinds of fish, but I am definitely a seafood eater. I adore it. It was funny. I read. Did you know that
Jenna.
ro-
Sorry.
royalty, like the queen, her whole family, they're not allowed to eat any shellfish.
Oh, yeah. Allergic reactions are a big no-no when you have to pass that crown along.
Well, it's not even. It's not so much about an allergic reaction, but they fear for having any kind of food poisoning. They're really strict on because yeah, if you get food poisoning or something, you're down for a day or two. It's going to screw up their.
You want to know what's hilarious? Is when is it Christopher Columbus? When Cristobal Colon, which is how you really say his name, um, when he came back from the United States, he brought potatoes with him. But didn't nobody in England know how to cook the potatoes?
Uh,
I mean, in Spain, nobody knew how to cook the potatoes. So they cooked the whole thing, stem, leaves, and everything. But one thing nobody told them motherfuckers is you eat the stem and the leaves, you're gonna be sick as shit. So they all thought that he tried to kill the queen because they cooked the potato, the stem, and all the greenery that came with it.
oh boy.
And they ate it all. And everybody just puked and had a great time.
Mm. Isn't that the
Oh,
same with rhubarb? Isn't there part of rhubarb you're not supposed to eat? Like you only eat the kind of the marrow part of it,
I'm not sure.
like out of the middle of the plant, but the rest of it is poisonous or something?
I don't know. Oh,
I, I
I,
don't
for-
know.
I forgot to tell you guys, I'm going to be doing a medical experiment soon. It is not funded by the FDA nor approved, but that's okay. Because the medicine is already approved. Uh, so one of the oldest, and I mean one of the oldest remedies for inflammation and pain is is a root called devil's claw. And it is one of the oldest recorded in anti-inflammatories back in like medieval times. Well, my shop is right next to a vitamin store, and guess what they have? They have devil's claw. They have it ground up in a capsule, so I don't have to take the liquid version, which is the only version I could find 2 years ago. And I said, "Oh no, God, that shit sucks." I smelled it and I wanted to puke for 5 days. But they have a capsule version, and my back has been hurting. So on Friday, I'm gonna go get some, and we are gonna check to see if these medieval people knew what the hell they were talking about. I cannot wait. I'm gonna take
Okay.
one of the oldest anti-inflammatories, and I'm so excited. And they haven't even changed the name, which is incredible. It's still called Devil's Claw. It says Devil's Claw on the bottle. I'm just so
Well, when was
excited.
the last time anyone took it though?
I don't know.
And you're not afraid?
No,
Really?
just a root. If if it's still in like the lady at the vitamin store says, "Oh yeah, people buy it all the time for pain." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Does it work?" I'm like, "'Cause that's a very old remedy." And then we got on a discussion about how they chose which plants to try and, like, how many people had to die before they were like, "Yeah, that's definitely poisonous." Um, but, yeah, she said and I've looked it up myself, and I like, a couple years ago, I went looking for it. Yeah, it's called devil's claw. Shut up, Jenna. But, it's one of the oldest recorded on paper remedies for inflammation.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try it.
Well, if it works, let me know because I do pineapple juice for inflammation.
Do you know what else works for inflammation with pineapples?
What?
If you actually eat fresh pineapple, and the only reason I know this is because, when I did my, clinicals, they were talking about this. When you process pineapple into juice or in a can, they add sugar.
Hmm. I don't get that kind.
Um, it doesn't matter. They still add the glucose
Uh,
at some point. When they process it, they still use it. If you eat raw pineapple, that's when that anti-inflammatory shit is really gonna kick in.
Cool. I'm gonna when they're in season, I'll get them.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I know just the canned. It says nothing artificially added, but like you said, there may be. But just eating the pineapple rings and drinking the juice has helped a lot.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what, one of the doctors in the ER were talking about when I was doing my lab clinicals, is that, if you eat it fresh, it has absolutely no glucose in it at all, and it's not been he said he doesn't know what happens, but when they process it, it loses a lot of the quality. It still does it, but it loses a good amount of it.
Yeah. I can.
Apparently, eating it raw is, like, massive anti-inflammatory.
Well,
Yeah.
everything loses something when you process it to some extent. If you eat frozen vegetables, you lose vitamins.
Well, even when you cook your vegetables, you're cooking
Yes,
out a lot of the vitamins. That's
exactly.
why I try
Mm.
not to cook my vegetables too long, but then there are some vegetables that, come on, they're just too hard to eat if you don't cook them.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I am a big vegetable eater. I love vegetables.
I do
I
too.
I could live on vegetables if it weren't for the
Me
fact
too.
that I do enjoy meat. I mean, uh,
If it weren't for the fact that vitamin K is the thing we need.
yeah, I do love vegetables. I even eat vegetables that most people don't like Brussels sprouts and
I
asparagus.
love Brussels sprouts and asparagus.
Oh yeah,
I can live on boiled cabbage for my whole entire
and
life.
I
It's
love
also the
I
Irish in me,
love cabbage. I adore
which is
cabbage.
I do
which
too.
is
I haven't met a vegetable that I don't like.
Yeah, the
I
only thing that well, it's not. I don't think a lima bean's not really a vegetable.
It's a legume. And
So
I
yeah,
like them. I still
yeah,
like them.
I can't. There's something about the consistency of a lima bean that I just can't eat it. I
you
don't
talking
know.
about, like, the hard shell?
I I don't know.
See,
Because
I'm a connoisseur of beans, and I love kidney beans, and they have that hard shell, and I could eat kidney beans all of the days of my life.
I love all the beans too.
Me too.
now I'm not a very big. That's another thing. I'm not a big bean eater. I don't know why. Also maybe be the consistency. The only thing that I will eat is garbanzo beans.
Love.
Ew, see, those are the ones I don't like. I don't like
I
those
can
or
eat
black
them.
beans.
I can eat them right out of the can. Just eat them out of the can. I love
I can
them.
too. I can just open up a can of
Yep.
any kind of beans like that and
Yep.
just eat them. I love them.
My husband and best friend have accused me of living on soup and beans, but I love soup. There's just something so comforting about soup. I love eating it. I can't help it. I love it.
That's what I live on in the winter is
Oh,
soup.
I love
I
soup
love
too.
soup.
I love I love soup. I mean, not every kind. Like I won't eat potato soup. I don't know why
Oh,
potato
I
soup
love
is
potatoes.
not. I like really hearty soups. Like I do love making homemade chicken soup. I love making homemade meat soup.
I
Uh,
love soup that has a good thin broth. Like, I
yes,
love a good thin broth.
Yeah,
yes, I
'cause
love
then
a
I'll
thin
just get
broth.
a cup of the broth and drink it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
love it.
Yep.
Now I want some soup, and it's 5 o'clock in the freaking morning.
Now I do love potatoes, but oddly enough, I'm not a potato soup lover.
Although the only potato soup I can eat is my grandmother's. I don't know what she does, but this woman cooks it all day long to the point to where it's almost mashed potatoes, but it's still got a nice milky broth, and I love it.
Yep,
Love
I
it.
used my grandma's recipe too. Hers was the best, and I love potato soup.
Janie, can you see like the little butter circles in there too?
Yes. And did your
Oh, I love it.
does your grandma put rivels in it?
Put what?
Rivels?
What is that?
It's like little tiny dumplings basically, but it's just
No.
you make like your dough and you drop
Mhm,
it in crumbles, and it just
mhm.
makes little tiny pieces of like dumpling. You don't make them big or anything.
No, she just put the potatoes and the butter and the milk.
Yeah, and the butter gets the little drops on top where
Yes, I love that so much. Now I want my grandma's potato soup.
I'm also not a cream of anything soup. Like when you get cream of chicken soup, cream of this soup. I don't like cream soups.
Let me tell you, I tried my grandfather's recipe one time. It's like you take pork chops, okay? Just take pork chops, put them in a bowl, open up 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, pour it on top, okay? Then you put it in the fridge for a day. Then you come out the next day, take it out, and you put it in the pan, but you don't cook the soup. You take the pork chops out of the soup, put them in the pan, and cook it. Oh my god, it's the best pork chops I've ever had in my whole life.
Well, that's
Oh,
almost like just marinating the
so
pork.
good.
But I am just not a cream of anything soup.
so you
I
wouldn't
will
eat like a delicious cream of tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich?
I would eat tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich, but not cream of any. I don't know why. I just
You would hate my favorite soup then. My favorite soup is split pea soup.
oh God, no, I can't eat that.
I
Love
love split pea soup
I
so
do
much.
too.
So
I
much.
can't. I can't eat that. My
I
mother used
love
to
it.
eat that. I can't eat it.
Janie, do you ever get down to the bottom of the bowl of the soup where like it's stuck to the side of the bowl, so you like run your spoon around it and it's kind of cold and it still tastes good?
Oh, heck yes. I
I love
clean that
that
bowl.
part. I
I
love that
clean the
part.
bowl.
Like pea soup tastes good, not it's so weird because it doesn't taste good if you eat it cold right away, but if you cook it and then like it gets a little cold, that still tastes so good.
Yeah. And potato soup, when it's been put in the fridge overnight, I'll eat it cold
Oh,
straight out of the refrigerator.
I
oh,
won't eat. I won't eat New England clam chowder, but I will eat Manhattan clam chowder.
I love cold pizza better than I love hot pizza.
I do too. I love cold fried chicken better than hot fried
Me
chicken.
too. I love cold turkey better than I love cooked turkey.
I love all my foods cold better than hot.
I do like my pizza. My pizza doesn't have to. I don't like if it's steaming hot, but I don't like pizza cold.
I love pizza cold. I love pizza when it's so cold that you pick it up and it doesn't bend.
Uh,
No, I can't.
I knew there was a reason you're my YouTube wife, Janie.
yeah, I like it a little stale too, like when it's been in the fridge
Yeah.
all night
Uh-huh.
and it gets
You know
that
what else is
sour.
good? Cold brisket.
Oh God.
No, can't. I
Yes.
I don't like my meats cold, except if I'm eating, like a turkey sandwich or something like that. With mayo on it and tomato and lettuce or something. But no, I have to have my meat hot.
See, I
Hot
like
I don't know
all
why. I don't know.
I'm such a meat eater too. Like I'm such a carnivore. We're not
Oh,
ignoring the
we're ignoring
chat.
that. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't think pizza soup sounds good, Jenna.
Oh, that doesn't sound good, Jenna. Pizza soup?
How can you like peas but not like pea soup? It's the same thing. Just
No,
soup.
I do like peas. I will eat peas. I will add peas to dishes, like if I'm making something like fettuccine. I will add peas in there or something. No, I will eat peas, uh, but I will not eat split pea soup.
Why?
I don't know the texture, the look. The Exorcist.
Come on. It was so funny, like, the way that my parents used to get me to try stuff and my grandparents was wait until they threatened me with trying it, and then it comes time to try it, and I would cry so loud that my mouth would be open, and they literally would put it in my mouth, and I was like, I am not eating pea soup. And they're like, yes, you are. You're eating this pea soup. I don't want to eat it. And I started screaming. They put a spoon in my mouth and I had 2 bowls.
Well, sometimes you have to, coax someone, coax kids to eat things.
Mm.
Otherwise, they'll never eat anything.
Okay, Texas, I will forever warm up my brisket from now on.
Oh, yeah, brisket has to be warmed up. I'm sorry.
Yes, Jenna, they peed.
I
They
don't like
put the peas in my mouth.
the fat on brisket, so I don't,
I don't either.
wouldn't have to melt it back down.
See, okay, and you guys know that I love Korea. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. But they have this pork in Korea that looks good, and I've heard it is good, but there's no way I'm putting it in my mouth because it's back fat.
Ew.
And it's cooked, and it's supposed to be the most tender shit you've ever put in your mouth. But I can't put any type of meat fat in my mouth
I can't.
because it makes me gag immediately.
Oh, I don't mind a little fat on meat.
Nope, not me. I can't. If it's squishy and slimy and fat and bleh, 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 no,
Now
no,
the
no,
only
no.
way I'll eat fat is if it's on a steak and if they've rendered it really
Yeah,
good.
right. And look, if you eat a good ribeye has fat in it. That's why it's so delicious.
Hmm.
Listen to me, Diane.
Yes. Okay.
If it glistens in the light of the restaurant, I will find it and I will
Okay.
cut around it.
Okay. Well, I've eaten bone marrow.
I have watched someone eat bone marrow. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Delicious. If
It's
it's
also supposed to be very good for you
bone marrow is very good for you, but if it's
because,
prepared well for you, if it's prepared well, it's very delicious.
well, going back to Korea, there's a soup called oxtail soup or ox bone soup.
Uh
It's not
huh.
actually a tail, but they do get the bone of an ox and they cook it in the soup. You're not supposed to, they actually leave the meat on the bone. So when you cook it, you put it in the middle of the soup. It's a very large bone. Everybody just like scrapes the meat off the bone for their soup. And then
Hmm.
afterwards, whoever's the youngest in the dinner gets to get the marrow out of the bone because it's supposed to help them grow and give them good luck in their life.
Yeah.
But I
Bone
don't
marrow
know.
is good. A lot of people love bone marrow. But now they fancied it up a little bit. It's not just people sucking marrow out of a bone. They don't like, you don't go to a restaurant and they give you a bone and say, suck it out. But people do that.
Is bone marrow where they get bouillon from?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I've always wondered that, but never had the courage to ask.
I don't want to know the answer, Janie.
Because I love like taking a bouillon cube and putting it in hot water when it's cold or when I'm sick or something and drinking.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking maybe that's why it's such an accentuated flavor.
Wait, Jenna, I have another Sharif story for you.
Okay.
Jenna loves my Sharif stories. One day I'm at work and I'm super sick. And I worked at a restaurant that was run by a large number of Arabic people. And I was like, Sharif, I just want to go home. He's like, Tiffany, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't feel well. I got a runny nose. My throat hurts. My stomach hurts. I want to go home. No, Tiffany, I tell you how to fix this. Give me that bowel over there. That what? That bowel. Give me the bowel. I'm not giving you the bowel. No, give the bowl. Give me that thing there. Oh, bowl. You want the bowl? Yes, bowl. This is what I say. Okay, give me the bowl. I put water in the bowl. It's hot water, so be careful. Then I'm going to put a whole lemon cut up in the bowl in the water, and then you're going to drink it. I'm gonna what? You're going to drink. Don't burn yourself, because you're staying at work, and then you drink it and you feel better. And then I drank it and I did not feel better. And he was convinced I did it wrong, even though he prepared it for me.
What did he cut up to put in it?
Lemons.
What's that?
Lemons?
Oh, lemons. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying some kind of mince.
Jenna,
Lemon.
Jenna says, drink the lemon bowel. He did. He would say, Tiffany, yes, Sharif, give me a cafe. A what? A cafe. Oh, Oh, you know, a cafe with the mug and the two milks and the sugar. Oh, coffee. This is what I say, Tiffany. Every time, every time. This is what I say, cafe.
Well,
Like,
it's hard. I guess it's hard when you have somebody with a strong accent.
very strong. Tiffany. That's how he says it.
Tiffany, Tiffany.
And like, we went. He was boning my best friend. But anyway,
Oh
so
my
where my
God.
best friend went, where my best friend went, I went. So we went drinking, and Sharif was our designated driver, and we were so drunk. And he says, "Oh, you make me so frustrated. I park in Candy Hub spot."
Candy apt.
He should have never opened his mouth because now he's got two drunk girls just literally falling out in the parking lot. We were on the ground. He says, "You make me so frustrated."
Is he from India?
No, he's from Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Listen, if you're from India, if you're from Jordan, if you're from Germany, if you're from anywhere except Russia, to me, my accent will become Russian. I don't know why.
It wasn't really, an Indian accent, but just when you said, "You make me so frustrate," it just reminded
Okay.
me of the
Oh yeah, that's right.
No.
I don't want to get off the topic, but did anyone just start watching Homecoming with Julia Roberts?
No. What?
Okay, it's a new Prime original series on Amazon.
Okay.
It's very interesting. I only got up to episode 3. Well, I only saw the first 2 episodes. Very interesting. It's about okay. She works in this place as a counselor where people, men, and I guess women. I didn't notice any women, but I guess women that came out of the war, they go there to try to be helped to enter back into society because of course
Mm.
some people have problems when they come out of wars.
What's the era that it's in
Now,
today?
yeah, today. And but then it flashes back. Well, no, it doesn't flash back. It goes forward where she's working at a waitress in this some restaurant. She's a counselor now. She's working in a restaurant, and somebody from the Defense Department comes to visit her and asks her, "Why did you quit?" Blah blah blah. I had to go home and take care of my mother, who happens to be Sissy Spacek, and lies to him. And even her mother said, "No, you didn't come home because I fell. I fell after you came home." So I don't really know what's going on, but something good people, good actors are in it. It looks like it's going to be a really good story. Something must have went on in that, that place that was created for these veterans to come home to. Something went wrong with specifically one of her patients that she was counseling, and she pretended like she didn't know who he was. It seems like it's going to be really interesting. I don't know if anyone's watching it, but it just started. Yeah, so if you have Amazon Prime, I don't know if anyone has Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I do.
Prime. Yeah, try it. It's really interesting.
Um, I'm going to mention something that I want to see, and then I have to go to bed because it's like
Yeah,
5:17 in the
I
morning.
know. I have to go to bed too. I'm like I said.
So there's a movie coming out with Tilda Swinton. I love Tilda Swinton so much that I generally like whatever movie she's in, but it's called Suspiria.
Is she the one in Game
Suspiria.
of Thrones?
Is Wahama?
Is she the
No,
one in Game of Thrones? Who
no.
is Tilda Swinton then?
Did you see Constantine?
Mm-mm.
What else was she in? It's not only two, Jenna.
Oh well,
Um,
I'll look her up.
anyway, you guys, this movie's gonna be terrifying. But apparently there's like Mother Tenenbaum, Mother something else, and then Mother Suspiria, and they like run this dance studio, and it is some demonic shit happening up in this bitch. Hold on, let me look her up.
No,
Swinton.
Kimberly, I'm still yeah, don't tell me what happened on The Walking Dead. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened to Rick. I don't want to know. because I'm not even
Okay,
there yet.
let's go to her most recent works. What else was she in? She was in Oakjaw, but I don't know if you've seen that. It's a Korean movie. Letters from Baghdad, Doctor Strange. She was the ancient one in Doctor Strange.
Nope.
No, I don't know
Um,
who that is either.
she was in Trainwreck, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Snowpiercer, um, Only Lovers Left Alive. We need to talk Chronicles of Narnia. She was the White Witch.
Oh, okay. That's how I know her. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at her picture now. I know who she is. Yeah.
And in Constantine, she was Gabriel, I think.
Okay.
She was the bad angel. I love her so much. Like her acting is just phenomenal. But it's called I'll put it in the chat. It's called Suspiria. You need to watch the when you look it up, watch the 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, I see it here. I'm gonna watch it after we go.
Oh, oh man. Yeah, she was the badass angel, Jenna, but also bad. She was bad. Let's not forget that. She made a deal with Satan. She was bad. But
Diane, did you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Minnie.
me?
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You didn't? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if Diane had watched. I think it's The Amazing Mrs. Maisel.
Yes.
Do you know when they're coming out with another season of that? Or The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is
Yeah,
what.
the marvelous. Yeah, let's see. Um, hmm.
That was so good. Minnie, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah, that's yeah. I watched that. I don't know when the next season is starting. Sometimes with these shows, they never let you know when the next season is coming out.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been forever, and I'm like, why didn't they have a season 2 ready?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Wait, what season did you watch? 2 seasons?
I thought I only watched one. Are there two? Maybe I've missed it then.
Hold on one second. Yeah, there are 2 seasons.
Well, I'll have to go see if I've saw the second one then.
Yeah, season two. Let's see. Um, trying to see when season two. Yeah, season two was in. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Season two. Oh, season two premiered in December of 2018.
So it's coming up in December. It's not out yet.
Right.
'Cause I was like, did I miss a whole year?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I can look forward
Premieres
to it.
December 5th, 2018.
Okay, cool.
Neil deGrasse Tyson just tweeted out, "Welcome back to my time. Love the sun." I love him so much.
I do too.
But
Yeah, I feel like such an idiot right now. Well, that just goes to show you how tired I am.
Yeah, it came out in December 2018. I'm like, whoa. Did I miss a whole year?
God.
all right, guys. Well, I have to go to bed before my husband actually gets up. So, um, thank you both for being on my lovely panel. I love you both to
Oh,
bits.
I'm glad that you popped on.
Yes, thank
Yay,
you for
me.
having us.
So,
Yes.
just so you know, I have been working so hard every day, and now I'm going back to my normal schedule. I'm so happy.
Well, that's good.
So, I'll be around more, but I have not had the energy to do fuck all for like 2 weeks. So,
Well,
Yeah, and everyone, don't forget tonight, Shannon and I are going to talk about The Walking Dead on her channel, and then get in your entries if you want to enter our contest by 9 Central tonight, and we're going to be
word.
announcing the winner at 10.
Okay. And yes, Jenna, my normal schedule is Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I work. And then the rest of those days I have off, including every weekend. So I will be back around coming this week. So
okay, sounds good. Good night, everyone, or good morning.
thanks, guys. I will see you later on when the sun comes out.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Right. Take
Love
care,
you too.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.